What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Sports Jedi Network, our weekly stop for everything WWE, AEW, NXT, TNA, AAA, the biggest global wrestling business stories all across the industry right now. Today, we're going to break everything down from a massive week of action from Raw, NXT, Dynamite, Impact, SmackDown, all the way to Clash at Italy prediction, a major shakeup in the wrestling business with the New Japan and All Elite Wrestling distributing changes, and that could shape the international fans' way of watching wrestling moving forward. We got every match analysis, predictions, debate, all that stuff. If you want to be part of us in the live chat, drop your takes as we go. All right, before we jump in, we want to say what's going on quickly to our sponsors who support and holds down the program. Of course, salute to the Smoke Session Podcast. Appreciate them, part of the Sports Jedi Network family. Our sponsors, of course, we're fueled by G Fuel. Level up your focus of energy for all those long wrestling nights. Go to Fuel Your Energy. Use PGH Chris 20 and save 20% off. Don't forget, we are powered by an affiliate and sponsored by Dude Wife. Stay fresh, stay ready, stay clean. No matter how long the show runs, Dude, save 20 to 59463. We'll give you 20% off on all your Dude Wipe products and all the Dude Wipe savings. Absolutely. We're powered by Blackout Coffee for late night wrestling fans. Real grinders. Use Sports Jedi 20 and save 20% off on Blackout Coffee. Devin and Lang, feel clean, sharp, and grind off and on your screen. Use promo code Courtney O'Shea for 50% off. And of course, we're getting there. We're Yumba, waterproof jewelry, the styles that last through. Use code Courtney O'Shea for 60% off at Yumba.com. And Dub Energy, stay locked in, energized for every match and every take. Use promo code SMOKE8701. All right, now, crew, we're all fueled up, sponsored up, ready to go. Let's get right into it. Let's say hello to one and only PGH Chris. What's up, Chris?
What is up, everybody? Yes, we are here to talk some wrestling, talk some good old wrestling. What happened this week? What happened this week? Because I'm don't know if I forgot already, don't know if I missed something, but seems like nothing happened. So we're here to talk about it with you guys. So happy Saturday! You guys know where the hottest Saturday show is, and it's here.
Of course, and let's go right to the man, the third man of the powerhouse, the power punch, Haas Knucklebrew. What's going on?
What's going on, good people? You know how I come every Saturday. Have you moved your ass today? Have you washed your ass today? Yes. Did you make you some money today? Please prioritize those three things today. I don't want you smelling like shit. And if you do, get you some dude wipes. You heard the sponsor. Get those dude wipes. But yes, we're here to talk these graps. We're going to have fun. And we're going to get after it, everybody. So let's go.
By the way, I'm working on getting a sponsor code for some type of either Dove, Papatui, something. We're going to try to get it on the Haas Knucklebrew's promo code. So we're working on it behind the scenes. I'm letting you know that I'm working my rear end off because I want the promo code. It could have been Sports Jedi. But no, I need this hot Knucklebrew because he is this is important.
Use code Haas.
Haas. Yeah. We're going to try Haas Jedi or something. I got to come up because sometimes I can't pick it. Sometimes they give the affiliates provide it. So we're working on trying to get you that affiliate for some type of hygiene, cologne, perfume, something there for Haas. So yeah, we're working on it. Just wanted to give you that. I can't wait for that to drop on there. Speaking about dropping, man, we got the go home shows for both SmackDown and Raw for Clash at Italy. We're going to give you our Clash of Italy predictions and so forth. I wanted to talk about the stuff that generally the main hot topics for Monday Night Raw coming out of it was the tribal combat. Now, reports have it that during the house show, Jacob Fatu's back is a little bit compromised, where they might be catching an audible here where Roman and Jacob might not be happening on the PLE and Clash in Italy. Interesting enough, first and foremost, Chris, I want to ask you about that segment with the tribal combat when they're closing forehead to forehead with the stipulation you can't touch. Now it feels like Roman Reigns is putting up his tribal chief, D.O.N.Fallout, as well as the World Heavyweight title, and Jacob has to acknowledge and kind of serve Roman Reigns.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It's kind of the same thing that they did with him and Jay, kind of going into that SummerSlam match they had in Detroit. It was a fine way to close the show. I'm not surprised they closed the show like that. And I liked Roman Reigns telling Adam Pearce and everybody to get the hell out of the ring because, you know, by the oath, right? Jacob can't touch Roman. My only thing is this with Jacob Fatu. I enjoyed Jacob Fatu. I can pull up tweets of me telling you guys before he joined the WWE. When Jacob Fatu comes to the WWE, man, am I going to be excited. To me, when I see him do a promo the way he did on Monday, I feel like he's trying so damn hard to remember his lines. And something in his delivery isn't really hitting for me like it was maybe when he first came or some of the other stuff. Again, that's the problem, but that's a different topic for another day. But he looked fine. This was fine overall. But again, it's, you talk about the live show, and I do want to bring that up because that hurts. And I'll let Hoss talk about the Monday night segment before I really dive into that. But that could be bad for the future, and it's unfortunate. But it was a fine segment. Again, tribal combat, we've kind of those rules. We've seen this before. If let's just say that didn't happen, whatever happened, we'll get into that then. I still don't think Roman's gonna win, lose. I don't think Jacob's gonna win that world title. So I expect some type of interference or something. We didn't really get that at Backlash, so I think we're gonna get it at Clash of Italy.
All right, I hear you there. Let me ask this. I'm going to go right to you, Haas. Haas, we heard what Chris has to say. Is the match in your mind in jeopardy for Clash of Italy? I keep saying Clash of Champions. How old I am to get a TBS. I'm going to go get that to you, Haas.
From what I've been hearing, it sounds like it's in jeopardy, and if that's the case, ESPN is going to be pissed because if you take this match off the card and we just have like a promo segment for this PLE, do you know how many people are going to actually tune out of this? This is not good. So hopefully he can get cleared, and even if it's just a 5 to 10 minute match, he has to be carried for it. They have to perform. It has to happen. Because I can't prove it, but I believe ESPN put the pressure on the WWE to put a great card together for this PLE because they want 1 million plus people watching on ESPN tomorrow. They want that to happen. The Backlash numbers was under 1 million. I think Elimination Chamber may have been under 1 million. WrestleMania pushed over 1 million, but that's WrestleMania. They want consistency to keep going for this partnership to happen. So no Jacob and no Roman. I really don't know what to tell you I like seeing Roman speak for 5 or 10 minutes every Monday. We cannot just have a promo battle for PLE. That just can't happen. So hopefully they can make it happen.
Yeah, if they were to give us a backstage or where Jacob gets taken out again, when his front teeth, when he gets taken out with his front teeth, when he got knocked out of camera on Clash of Italy, it's got to be something juicy and spicy. I just can't have Drew McIntyre again come back and Banner was the one that can something there storyline related that's going to cause a major audible. I want to know if they're going to go that route. If they do, I think the match is going to happen. I don't think. I don't see them not giving a match, Haas. I can see it happening where maybe they make a hearing or something. I don't know. I don't think the match is in jeopardy. I personally don't think. You fly them all the way across there. They've got 40. We got the next 24 hours to get him ready with the proper treatment and so forth.
Gotcha. It just it worries me, because everybody keeps talking about it, and I don't think the dirt sheets would be just keep lying to just say the match is in jeopardy or house shows might be in jeopardy for no reason. This doesn't seem like a swerve thing to go on here. It just really seems this may actually put the show in danger. So I don't know. I'm really, I say about 60% worried about it. 60%.
I tweeted out on the other day or whatever it was when I saw this yesterday. The house shows are done after this tour. If this just gave TKO a legit reason to say no more house shows, because to me, it looked like, okay, they might give us some more house shows. The talent wants it. The crowd wants it. Hoss, right? The crowd wants it. Felt like we were starting to get that just a little bit more because we got this tour. They're going overseas, and we were supposed to get a couple more. They're coming to Allentown, PA for a live tour, like which is not too long for me. Like, they're coming here as well for a live tour. I wouldn't be surprised if they say, fuck it, we're not doing it anymore because of this. This is the reason why TKO didn't want to have live shows. It's because to prevent something like this. Now, granted, I talked to one of my buddies from the UK earlier, and he was to ask me, like, why would they put Jacob Fatu in a match or something in a house show right before Clash of Italy? I don't know if it was in a match, but if that did happen, he's right, because that is a complete dumb thing to do. You could have had Jacob go out there and just do something without whatever, or a little spot where he's not going to get hurt. Kev, I don't know if you've missed this when you were in and out. Live shows are done after this tour. This gave TKO another reason, or this just gave TKO the legit reason to pull the plug on house shows. They could say it's not about the money. I watch. We're not going to get much of him anymore. This is the reason why they're actually going to pull the plug. I believe that.
I disagree.
I disagree as well. Because when you use your house show, the reason why you use your house show is to get the talents that are not being utilized. You get,
but when you put a talent that's in your main event and in the pay-per-view that's
on creative. Then they should know the rate. If you got to protect your main event stars on the match to the minimum on a house show.
I don't see it continuing after
48 hours. But they've done this. This is done for before you were even born when it comes to house shows and main events.
And TK, guess what? Different ownership since I was born, and we know this.
Man,
they want to do. They have already talked about pulling the house shows before. This will give TKO a legit reason to do it. Well,
we can't sit here and say everything's boring then, because if they're trying to give you something different or going back to what made wrestling great, house shows, so they could knock out.
I love house shows
and on that.
I love house shows,
and you can't sit around and go and jump on a soapbox and say everything is boring.
I agree. I love house shows.
I disagree because
that's just one person.
I think the ticket sales are going to dictate house shows. I think TKO feels like unless you're Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, everybody else is interchangeable. I really believe that. Like, now, if Roman had got hurt, okay, I might be with you on this. But if Jacob Fatu is a rising star, if anything, they'd be like, man, don't we have Obafemi ready? Put him out there. Don't we have Braun Breaker ready? Put him out there. I mean, Jake's going to lose anyway. Put somebody else out there. So if those house shows are already sold out or maybe 80% sold, man, they're gonna add more
after this tour. We'll see.
Yes,
we'll see.
I'm telling you, TKO does not, unless those three guys I just named or Randy Orton, 4, and those 4 people, they don't give a damn if you get hurt. Put someone else.
They don't give a damn about. They don't give a shit about Roman Reigns and all these people like some.
Oh yeah, man, Roman Reigns is making.
Oh, but they wanted him to take a pay cut, and they care so much about Roman Reigns. Man, allegedly,
he's still making over $10 million a year. They care. Trust me, they care.
We'll see.
You can't put everybody in a bubble wrap. They have to wrestle. They have to go out there. What was the main complaint? And we see from the veterans. Guys are not working a long time. They're only working a very limited schedule. The injuries are more aggressive. Here's the one thing I got to give a lot of credit to this modern era with the less house shows is that there is not that abuse in opioids, self-medicating drugs, because these wrestlers wouldn't want to tell the booker or the promoter, hey, I'm hurt, I'm sore, I can't go tonight. Because then they'll give the spot to someone else and losing that opportunity. So they'll self-medicate either with street narcotic,
or they'll get a fake prescription or some shit.
Yeah, that led to a lot of deaths of professional wrestlers that never made it past 55, 60 years old. And the list is a long list. So that's the positive and the pros and cons when all this with the chaos.
Okay, what I want to see is, I know they probably don't let you do photography and record in these house shows. But if just say they do, walk with me here. I want to see the video when Jacob Fatu got hurt.
Me
I
too.
want to see how he got hurt, because my biggest thing is with the lack of reps and house shows, these wrestlers haven't built the calluses that they need for the physical activity that they do all the time. Because we come from an era where we used to get 200 plus nights of wrestling. Mm-hmm. Now we got guys getting hurt that's working half the schedule. We got a lot of guys that work. I talk about it all the time. A lot of these guys are out of shape. A lot of these guys they're not in the shape that we used to see all the time. Jacob Fatu has lost a lot of weight. I commend him on that. But he's still not in picturesque shape. So it might be something simple as a pulled muscle, something like that. It could be dehydration. There's no telling. Yeah. All these health things. So I would like to see the video on that.
So would I.
We have video on everything.
Yeah, and it good. Look, it changed because my only thing is this. I hope it wasn't like a dumb spot where it's like you could have saved this for like a paper. Like again, if it's a simple move, it happens. Shit happens. I'm all about injuries happen, untime. It's again, and it works for Maxine's. It works for these people. I trust me. I'm all for house shows. I've gone to more house shows than I have televised shows. I enjoyed the atmosphere. It's a good time. I'm just thinking of it as you in your main event. That's why I want to see the video. Did you have somebody that's in your main event for a pay-per-view the next day in a dumb spot? That's my question. Because again, if it's a match and he got hurt, shit happens. But I hope it wasn't like they threw him off the something and he will land like, does that make sense? I'm just hope it's not that. Because then they didn't have to do that's on WWE. But again, I still kind of but we'll see.
Because I noticed something. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, that's on the agent.
That's on the agent.
That's on that show. That's on the.
That's not on the board. That's not on TKO or product or they're selling the tickets.
Position.
Oh no! Individual agents have they're like 5 or 6 agents that they're specifically
but
relegated to certain matches.
Right, but there's one person that is the house show agent that they determine who's on the house shows, and they had the agents do that. That's what Road Dogg was.
And then the producers break down the matches. They take whether it's Jamie Noble or Tyson Kidd, and so forth. They'll grab the talent. They'll work with if there's an 8-match card. They'll divide it amongst 3 different or 4 different agents. They'll have 2 per, and they'll go over the matches. They'll go through the spots, how much time they have, and then they tell them. And then before they go out through the curtain, the main booker of the show of that it's not always Triple H. It could be Pritchard. It could be whoever that night. Abyss, top, and he says, "You got 7 minutes, guys," or I got to cut your match down to 4. So forth, and they whatever they went through with the producers. All right, we're gonna hit the spots here, and we're gonna go with it, and they're gonna call it. And the referee is going to keep the referee's job there telling, hey, you only got 5 minutes. Hey, you got to bring it home. That's a little bit inside peek behind the curtain. And maybe that's what it was. Maybe, hey, you guys got to bring it home in a short in time. And maybe he did something where he was characteristic, did a move that he wasn't supposed to. Haas, go ahead.
Okay, I noticed something when they were overseas at the beginning of the year. I saw some of the house show cards. We'd have like CM Punk versus Braun Breaker multiple times, for the World Heavyweight Championship, or they would have Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship multiple times in these house shows. I just wonder who was Jacob Fatu going against in this house show.
Can we Google it?
Possibly.
I'll try to find that out for you guys.
Because I would be extremely pissed if he was going against a jobber at a house show and he comes up lame. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he was
anything, maybe a JD McDonough, if anything.
That's a jobber. That's a jobber to me. Like you're in the main event now, so JD McDonough is a jobber to him.
Okay.
He might be a jobber to the stars, but still, same thing. So if he gets hurt going against him at a house show, I'm pissed. Now, if he was going against Roman Reigns in a rehearsal for Clash at the house show, understandable. That's good. You're actually working your main. Okay,
I don't mean to cut you off.
What you got?
It was a street fight against Solo Sikoa.
Why?
That can't you no because the
inexcusable.
people in Europe they've done that they've been doing that for the end of time. They've done that so many different times. They give you sometimes a few because they work together. They know how to work with each other, and they remember these people had a United States title match at SummerSlam, so they already have. You know what? These guys work together. They have the chemistry. Let's do them pretty much almost the same match we had at SummerSlam. Guys go at it. Keep it safe. He's in the main event, and shit happen. That's the way I'm gonna look at it, at least from my point of view.
See, you're being a sensible human. I get exactly where you're going, Kev. To the streets, this is inexcusable. You can't have that.
Got you.
Like you just cannot have that because look what you got on Sunday. I know ESPN ain't trying to hear that shit. They ain't not hearing it. They're like, we shelled out billions of dollars for this partnership, and you're telling me that your main event partner against Roman Reigns is going against a guy who's lower on the card at a house show. You got to explain yourself. And they're not going to hear the explanation. They're like, man, they're like, what the fuck? What the fuck, Paul? What is this? We got one of the biggest shows of the year tomorrow, Paul. And you got Jacob Fatu going against Solo Sikoa. I don't care if that's his damn cousin. Why is he going against him? Why?
So let me be the other guy on the other side of the fence. So we're talking about ESPN, right? They're upset they sent all this money. Yes. So then I need that same energy from ESPN going to the New York Knicks, getting pissed off on Mitchell Robinson breaking his pinky and getting surgery. The biggest game. You haven't won an NBA title in 56 years. You haven't won an NBA title in 56 years, Knicks. So why didn't Mitchell Robinson play in game 4 when you were up 3-0? You could have not played him. He broke his pinky. My point is, shit happened.
Kev, you're opening a can of worms here. Don't do that. Don't do that, Kev.
I told you I was going to be other side of the fence, didn't I? I said it.
You're right. But do you know what argument you're opening up right now?
I am.
You got people been thinking, oh, so is the NBA scripted? That's what they're going to start saying. When you start talking like that, they're going to start saying things like that.
My point is, anything and injuries could happen. Anything. Yes. A guy could walk up that long ramp up Madison Square Garden and pull a hamstring. You all seen the visiting players, that damn long ass ramp that they got to go up Madison Square Garden. They could be walking up that ramp and pull a hamstring. And the NBA is not going to get mad at the team. Well, you should have had a golf cart to bring them up. Shit happens. That's the way I'm going to see it. Shit happens.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. But I would just say that I believe the ESPN exec is going to be more pissed about Jacob Fatu going against a mid-carder than, Mitchell Robinson. What's Mitchell Robinson on the depth chart? Does he start now? Or does he?
He's the backup center. Center who's very important in this series.
Seventh man. Your seventh man. They're not going to care that much about the seventh man. They're like, we've already got the ticket sold. They're gonna watch us on ABC regardless. They don't care if you wheel out Willis Reed and Patrick Ewing out there. They don't care. It's already gonna be watched. So that's not if they get swept in 4 games because you didn't have the depth to stop Wembanyama if he makes it, or Chad Hungram. So that's that. But let's not get into that there because I'm getting. I don't want to get into we're in the weeds. We're in the weeds on that one.
Yeah, we're in the weeds right now.
But back to what.
Oh, wait, hold on. Make sure we don't wait. Not in the weeds because there's another show there. Unlike everybody else on the internet platform that copycats and steal all our shit. Someone who's now emphasizing Puerto Rican wrestlers from the Bronx wearing the same glasses I wear with a chain. The only thing I don't do is ask for stupid Waffle House fucking comments. But you copycatting everything from the Sports Jedi Network, pal. Look,
Kev, don't forget, all these people are now making the state of TNA videos after our video aired on Thursday night. Gerard from False Finish, all these fucking people are now doing. I need to address. They feel like they need to get on a live and address the state of TNA when that wasn't even me and Kev's original fucking plan. We had something else to do. We decided to do that last minute, and all of a sudden, people are in their cars. They're looking at, I got to do it. Sports Jedi Network. Oh, let me pull over into my car and talk about the state of TNA wrestling.
Bro,
nobody was doing the state of TNA
wearing the
wrestling.
same glasses, bro. They've been wearing the same glasses on their interviews. The same glasses. Bro, the chain.
Kev, you got to realize it, Kev. These people have no sauce in this community. So when they see a little ounce of sauce out here on these videos, they got the swagger jack because they have nothing. That's why I tell these folks to wash their ass, Kev. They have nothing going on. Nothing.
You know, there's a word in our language, respeten, respect. Yep. If we were the pioneers or the trailblazers, respeten. Don't leapfrog then. Respeten, because the way we respect you, do others like you want others to be done to you. We've been very respectful. I've been around here for 5 years now. Very respectful. And ya, basta ya. Basta ya. Basta ya. Oh, I don't do interviews. I don't do interviews over the internet. You could be a person. Okay.
Just say you don't want to do the fucking interview.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Bueno, bonito. Vete pa'l carajo. All right, let's go. Let's move on.
Guys, we're dealing with people who didn't get smacked enough as children by bullies. That's why they talk so tough on the internet. They're too comfortable out here.
If you want to be us, just fucking
yeah. Okay, exactly.
I'm not advocating violence, people. Don't get me misconstrued. I'm just telling you, as children, you have to take your licks sometime, and they never got any licks out here. That's all I'm saying.
Jesus Christ! I don't know how they said it from they grew up in the Bronx and stuff. Yeah, okay.
But
like these guys, Kev. These guys are from the Bronx.
But since we on Clash, we might as well just we might as well finish the rest of the card while we're talking Clash.
Yeah, let's talk about Clash here before we get copied and pasted and said it was their original. Let's talk about Clash of Champions. I'm gonna call it Clash of Champions. Clash of Italy. Chris, let's start off with the card. A match share that's gonna be on ESPN for the first 3 hour is Jade Cargill rematch.
Yep.
Against Rhea Ripley. I'm going to ask you this. You think we're seeing a title change here? And yes or no, or why?
It's one of those things where I wouldn't mind it because I think, I'm not saying it's fresh, but I really don't know what's Rhea's next move here to challenge on SmackDown after maybe JC Jane. So I'm going to say Rhea because I think she's going to go against JC Jane for the women's world title over there on SmackDown. Again, I wouldn't mind Jade to win, but if she wins, I either see a rematch of this happening at SummerSlam, which I don't want, or, we go through that period of time like she was her first reign where she barely defended it. So, I mean, and I don't blame her for that because there's nobody really there to give these ladies a challenge. But I would like to see JC Jane and Rhea for a nice feud for the title. So I'm going to go Rhea Ripley for the win.
Rhea Ripley for the win. Haas, I know you've been an advocate of Jade. Your thoughts,
yes. Man? Okay. Full disclaimer, I am a Jade Cargill fan. Full disclaimer. But I think Rhea's going to win, and I'll tell you why. Truth be told, they just like Rhea with the belt for some reason because they have no other than JC Jane, they have no fresh matchups for Rhea Ripley. She's went through everybody in the division already. And I'm not including the NXT call-ups because they're not respecting them right now. They're not respecting, other than JC Jane, they're not respecting Blake Monroe. They're not respecting Jordan Grace, what have you. So I believe they're going to keep it on Rhea for that reason. They should go to Jade Cargill because we can get fresh matchups. You can get Jade and Charlotte for the belt at SummerSlam, and it'll be fun to see. And everybody wants to say, oh, man, Rhea and Charlotte are clashing. You've seen it already. We've been there. We've done that. They're just rehashing stuff. If you want to see something new at SummerSlam or for a future PLE, you get Jade in Charlotte. You can get Jade in Alexa. You can make this very fun with a Jade Cargill run again. You could justify giving her the belt the first time. This is all on creative. They know if they keep it on Rhea, they don't have to do anything. They could be lazy as they want. If they give it to Jade, they got to do some work. So Rhea's going to win because creative is lazy as fuck. I'm going with that one.
All right. Hollywood heel Joe Mack. We just spoke about it about 20 minutes ago, fully about the Jacob Fatu hurt incident. So we advise you, thank you for the comment. We advise you to please rewind and watch it because we want to move along because we definitely heard about it. We gave our thoughts about that pretty much of Jacob Fatu being hurt yesterday in that street fight against Solo Sikoa. And that match might be in some jeopardy. So it's not that we're ignoring your comment, it's that we already spoke about it and we're moving a little bit on because we got a lot of different things. We got, other companies that we want to squeeze in to talk about. So yeah, again, don't
if any breaking news happens during the show, we will be sure to come back to that.
Right. We want to make sure about that. We don't want to make sure that you feel slighted and you took your time to write in your comments, and we want to take our time to acknowledge it. So that's why we definitely want to make sure, yes, the one's up. And yeah, absolutely. Yeah, to me, my heart wants Jade Cargill to win the women's title on TV. But here's the thing that I get back to slack to reality. European tour was the last year or prior to that, they booed the shit out of Bianca Belair. If you're dark, you ain't gonna fly in Europe, and I'm gonna keep it
fact.
100.
Tell the truth. Tell it, Kev. Tell the truth.
No, there's a minute. How many watch-alongs have we said this, Kev? All the time.
And they're not gonna like that beautiful Nubian queen holding that world title. Plain and simple.
Yeah,
that's the reason they're not gonna do
the same thing to Naomi in Saudi Arabia. So yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And Naomi was the best heel in the company at that time, in my opinion.
To me, Rhea Ripley wins it. Charlotte Flair wins it at Night of Champions. And the Saturday night's main event, it's a crapshoot. It could be either JC Jane winning that title in Madison Square Garden, from there, or it's SummerSlam. The money, that's the big money. But again, tonight, I think Rhea Ripley wins. Unfortunately, I don't want it. Tomorrow night, I don't want it. Or tomorrow afternoon, I kind of would love to see Jade Cargill hold that title. Like you said, there's factions, there's group, especially after Alexa Bliss comments on Friday Night SmackDown to Jade. I want Jade to kick the shit. I want to to pump the shit out of her and send her to her own fucking funhouse.
I'm glad you brought that up. I know we're gonna get back to Clash in a second. I'm gonna ask both of you. Kayfabe is dead right now, correct? It's finished.
It is.
It's okay. As a whole, yes. Very few are keeping it alive, but yes.
Okay, so please explain to me why Alexa Bliss can go up here and talk so tough at 4'0" to Jade Cargill and just be like, oh, I've fought people better than you. I've talked to people better than you. You look like a child, Alexa, compared to Jade Cargill. You should be scared, but you're up here talking like you're 6'5". This is the stuff I don't understand. But Jey Uso is getting thrown around like a little puff ball against his own cousin Jacob Fatu, and he's a former world heavyweight champion. They invoke kayfabe whenever they want to for some fucking reason. But that's my soapbox.
You make a good point there.
You make a good point. I think the most, like when she says I've fought people bigger and better than you, bigger and better is Nia Jax. That's the only person she can compare. That's her bigger and better. Back in 2016, I don't know how out of touch you guys were with the product at that time. I know a lot of people weren't watching it, but I was. And Alexa Bliss was her biggest challenger was Nia Jax. And I love Nia. Okay, I think she looks good. She in the ring has improved so much since that time. Jade Cargill looks like a better wrestler. She has a better look than Nia Jax. So I think I couldn't take Alexa Bliss serious when she said that.
I haven't taken Alexa Bliss serious since she came back.
No, but we have to, Hoss. Why? Because when I say that, I have 30 people in my comments saying, no, Alexa Bliss, she's over with the crowd. Did you hear that pop for the Royal Rumble? We can't say that, Hoss, because the crowd thinks she's over as shit.
Chris,
obviously, I'm being sarcastic, but I agree with you.
You know what I tell them people? Fuck them, Chris. Because I'm going to tell them, man, Alexa Bliss looks like a child. She's 4 foot and 100 pounds.
She has a doll. She has a fucking doll.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about that. Like, that actually gives her a little edge.
You said that she looks like a child. She has a doll. That proves your point even more.
Exactly. But you're going to she's a 5-time former world champion. Sounds like bad booking to me because she's not bigger than anyone.
She was a great heel. Don't get me wrong.
I give you that.
She was a fun heel back then, but now unless she's doing that again, that does not work as a babyface. Her comments right there to Jade does not work as a babyface.
She sounded very heelish there. She did.
And she was good when she was holding the title like this and looking at it like she was fucking great on the mic. I thought she was.
It did. I know we got to move on. They made her look even more like a world beater when Jade had to do the Jade with the chair. I'm like, why you have to do this to Alexa? Just choke slam her. Just do that. Oh no, we gotta put the chair on her. Like, come on, making her like the badass out here. Terrible.
By the way, happy birthday to Nia Jax. She
happy birthday to
Nia Jax last night. 40.
She's phenomenal. Happy birthday to Nia Jax.
40 years old. 40 years old there, and if you saw the roast and single, ready to mingle. I don't know why they call fridge.
I don't know why Cornette calls her fridge.
I'll pack my meat in the fridge.
Ha! She's
I give you know what? I even give her props for showing up to the Kill Tony event this year after what they did to her.
She was great.
Year.
She was the funniest freaking comedian.
She was the funniest one. And Tony Hinchcliffe even said, "Damn, Nia!" Like they were even like, dude, she seems like the coolest. Oh, I saw her with Channing Sharp and Ocho, dude. From Nightcap, dude, she just seems like one of the funnest people to be around.
Don't you remember like a few weeks ago she was drawing dicks on the
She's that cool aunt that you want.
To the commentators, she had took Wade Barrett's notebook or something. She was drawing dicks on there.
Yeah. Somebody. It was like my thing is break.
My thing is, does she know how to roast a good pork?
Ha.
Probably.
Let's move on before we get in trouble.
Hey, we got to bring a little crude humor there. Shout out to the Smoke Session podcast. Well, that's KdOT's influence produced to you guys. KdOT, NapGOD, next. Of course, also want to shout out that they showed us a lot of love retweeting, supporting DWMTV as well. Thank you guys, everyone in that whole network. Appreciate you guys, man. Wanted to give you guys a shout out if you're watching along with us with all their different shows and programs there. Thank you so much for the love and the respect, the collaboration, definitely as well. Thank you. Appreciate you guys all sincerely. Everyone in the chat, salute. We say we got a hello from Timusu 28. Salute to you there. Hollywood Heel. Aaron loves wrestling. You should be on vacation, enjoying your vacation. Disconnect. Right? Disconnect from wrestling. Disconnect because it's healthy.
Oh, he won't. He can't do that, man.
Disconnect.
He literally said in the chat last week he'll never disconnect away from wrestling because we were talking about
the Santa Monica Piers, Disneyland, all that stuff there, West Hollywood, everything. Just don't go to Compton.
If you do, call Kendrick Lamar.
Yes.
Oh, he wouldn't have time to call anybody if he went to Compton.
Oh man.
All right, so let's get to this next match. Also on free television, is your ring general Gunther. After beating, John Cena, Seth Rollins, kind of a little bit in neutral. Now he has his eyes set on the undisputed world champion Cody Rhodes. In a feud where if you thought Rollins and Gunther build for WrestleMania was a little lackluster, I'm not feeling their word of words between these two behemoths, these two gladiators, these two titans. This is going to be on ESPN for the undisputed world title. I'm going to say this right. I'm going to go to Haas. I think we're getting a new world champion. I think Gunther in Europe holding that undisputed world title. I think it's going to be a ruckus in Italy. The Austrian will go into Italy and capture gold. Haas.
I agree with you. Gunther's going to win. I just hope it doesn't happen by sleeper hold. Please don't be boring. Please don't. That's all I ask. Let's make it exciting. Because the biggest thing going with this feud is Cody Rhodes is cold right now. If Cody Rhodes wasn't so cold, this feud would have some legs. And I know I'm gonna catch hell from people from saying Cody Rhodes is cold, but it's a fact. He's stale right now. You have to be able to carry Gunther in a feud. Gunther is the old school heel. He can't give you much juice talking, but you just know. Look at him. He looks mean as shit. He look like he'll beat your ass, so that works. You have to carry him. Jey Uso last year, a lot of people panned that beef. That was one of the best stories we got last year. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, Botchamania with Jey Uso. Go back and rewatch the whole build. The build was actually interesting to watch.
Oh, that was great.
Yes, a lot of people, they just paid it because it was just easy to dump on Jey Uso last year. If Cody Rhodes had juice going into this feud, it would be great. We don't have that. That's why it looks boring on television. Like yesterday, Cody Rhodes had the audacity to tell Gunther that he wasn't good enough at anything. What is he talking about? Sir, people don't want you with the belt right now. And you got the audacity to call somebody not good? Sir, you're not good right now. You just got the belt because you're QB1 of this company. That's it. If you weren't QB1, you would not be champion, sir. So don't give me this guff that you telling me Gunther's not good enough. Y'all are the same guy right now. Both of you cold as shit. No one respects career killer Gunther right now. That gimmick is dead. But yeah, but Gunther should win because we can get something fresh out of it. And I'm not talking about Gunther should win and Cody wins at SummerSlam. Cody shouldn't touch the belt for the rest of the year. That's my hot take on this. Have him go do some side stories. He can go be with Sami Zayn for a while. Then after that, he can go do something else. Let Gunther go up here, go get whatever baby faces you got on SmackDown for a little while, and let's get fresh. And the ratings gonna go down. The ratings are already down, Bucko. We can't do nothing but go up right now. Gunther for the win.
You're making a great point there, Chris. I'm going to throw this right to you, but I'm going to ask this with your thoughts of the Undisputed World Title winner. Do you see a Sami Zayn costing Cody Rhodes a world title? Because now you could veer off of Cody on the side quest versus Sami for the rest of most of the year, whatever the case is, and Gunther Undisputed World Champion. Give me your thoughts.
I like that. Because, look, QB1 my ass. He's QB3 at best. When CM Punk is on, if CM Punk goes back to SmackDown and Roman's still on Raw, yeah, he's QB3 at best. So that whole QB1, no, he's boring as world champion. And we've said our piece many times on why. It's not just him, it's the way he does as champion. Anyway, to your question, do I see Sami Zayn? I think so, because I love Haas's idea, and I love what you just brought up about Sami. Haas's idea is we need to get him into some side feuds. Your idea about Sami is how that happens. So I agree with you both. I have nothing much to add because you can't have Gunther lose. That's the one thing that can't happen. And do you guys want to see a false finish or anything like that? I think we kind of would expect that. We don't want to see it, right? So have Gunther win. If you want to protect Cody to the best you can, Sami's that perfect person. You get more heat on Sami. And it maybe if you do this with Cody Rhodes, maybe people will actually want him to be champion again. Maybe people, I'm not going to fucking miss him, but maybe people will miss him and want to see him as champion again. And whoever is the champion, whether it's Gunther, whether it's Punk beating Gunther on that SmackDown brand, if he does come to SmackDown, the build between Punk and Cody will be better. With Punk as champion, as Cody chasing it. Because me and Kev talked so many times on this show. Cody is better when he's chasing the world title and not having it.
Good point.
Yeah, to me, is it fair? I think Cody Rhodes is the Nick Foles of wrestling. You know, Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. He won a Super Bowl with the Eagles. Everybody was like, what? The Eagles. You know, the fans were eating shit. They were eating horse shit. You know, like LaGreca. He's you know, and pink robe eating horse shit. And then what happens when they put him starting quarterback? He never won another Super Bowl. He shitted the bed. He went to Jacksonville, of all places too. He went to Jacksonville and they didn't do nothing. He's not even in the league. So Cody Rhodes to me is QB1. He's more like Nick Foles, in my opinion. He could win one Super Bowl. He could get you to the championship, and then after that, good luck. Because look at SmackDown; those ratings stink. You know they with him as QB1. Yeah, okay. I mean, to me, that's what that is to me, in my opinion. But
and at least Nick Foles had an entire freaking city treating him as God. Nobody treats Cody like that anymore.
Oh well, Pro Wrestling Nation, the pink robe.
Oh, of course. If you're Sirius XM, of course. You know. Apparently, there was a
that's the same similarity right there.
Kev, they said on Busted Open. They have been doing Busted Open there since 2009. They have had some of the biggest musicians, Bruno Mars, Taylor Swift, and they have never, some of the biggest rock stars, and they have never seen a line there for Cody Rhodes when they came at MSG last time. That is the biggest bullshit I have ever heard. You're going to tell me that more people are lining up at SiriusXM Studios to see Cody Rhodes over Bruno Mars? Get the fuck out of here. My grandma loves Bruno Mars. She ain't going out of her way for Cody Rhodes. Nobody is. He was like, Bruno Mars. I was
Chris.
like, that is the worst example you could have brought up. Bruno Mars is, oh my God, awesome.
Chris, you know what they're going to tell you, Chris? You know what they're going to tell you? Don't believe me, just watch.
Oh.
It's Saturday night and we're in the spot.
Oh,
that was crazy. I've seen Bruno Mars. I've never seen people lined up for Cody Rhodes. I'm like, that is.
And I'll tell you this. I don't want to dump on Cody Rhodes. I don't want to dump on him because what got me back in the wrestling.
I don't either. He seems like the nicest guy ever.
No, it ain't even that. What got me back into watching wrestling weekly was seeing him get his ass beat by The Rock. So dumping on Cody Rhodes, he helped bring me back to watching. He was part of it. He wasn't the biggest part, but he was a part of it.
Same because of AEW. So same.
So I want him to turn heel. I want more juice on Cody Rhodes. Babyface Cody Rhodes has run its course in this company. I don't care what nobody says. The man is stale. What do you do with stale bread? You throw it away. You don't reheat it. You don't toast it. You get rid of stale bread. Let's bring in new bread, heal him up, make and refresh. That's all I ask. That's it.
I've been saying that for years.
He needs a Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom, if you know. Guy.
But WrestleMania 40 is the greatest WrestleMania of all time with him winning.
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, everybody but Andre the Giant came out to help him out. Yeah. Sure. But let's move on. Let's move on here because we could stay here hours dissecting Nick Folt's career and Cody Rhodes, how eerily similar they are. He had to go elsewhere to prove himself, but he didn't prove himself in Jacksonville. That's the similarity.
Very similar.
So let's go right into.
You think it's open night, Mike Kev? Is that what you're thinking?
It could be.
That's the Brandy Rhodes,
Let's cut this shit. Let's go right. And a little Jake Cargill there, if you know that one reference. If you don't know.
Tony, cut the shit.
Let's go right into this one. This one's gonna be on ESPN proper. Oh my, on ESPN app. You have to pay the $30, $29.99. The rematch of all rematches, the rematch of the century, the world. Obafemi, Brock Lesnar. It's not the rematch of the century. I know it's guys. Don't get crazy with play on words. It's a play on words to hype things up. That's plain and simple. There's a podcast that will say he's the best of the best. He's not. It's a play on words. Mm-hmm. There's only one true wrestling company, wrestling streaming in the galaxy. It's a play on my words. Yeah, that's it. It's a play on words. I'm gonna go right to you, Chris. The rematch of the century. The
rematch of the century. Woo! This is the biggest rematch of the century, guys. We got Brock Lesnar and Oba.
Maybe on foreign soil.
Probably. I have a feeling Brock's gonna win this one. I feel like it's gonna be I could be totally wrong. I feel like it's gonna be a recreating of WrestleMania just with Brock going over. I think this is this type of thing. Okay, you got one on me, kid. Now I'm gonna show you, what Brock Lesnar really could do, and then they're gonna have their third match, wherever, SummerSlam, wherever it is. Don't know, but I got Brock Lesnar winning, probably like no more than 10 minutes. It's not gonna be a squash. They're gonna have a good match. I think they're gonna have a better match than they did at WrestleMania. But for storyline purposes, it's going to be one of those things where, all right, kid, you got one on me at the biggest stage. I'm going to get one on you. And then in my city, I'm going to shut the rookie up. But I got Brock.
You got Brock Haas. Remember, international crowd. They don't like color.
You're right. And I'm following the same line of thinking of Chris on this one. I think it's going to be about between 10 and 15 minutes. I got Brock winning. But they're going to protect Obafemi because Brock is going to win by nefarious means. Maybe a low blow, maybe a chair shot, maybe Paul Heyman doing something to distract Obafemi. It's not going to be clean, but they're going to protect the asset. That's the biggest thing here. Like, I know we're going to talk about Double or Nothing later. It's going to be like Don Callis trying to protect his assets in Double or Nothing. The WWE and Paul Levesque is going to protect Obafemi, even though it might be best for the crowd who doesn't think Obafemi can lose ever in this lifetime clean. He probably does need to lose clean. And I would advocate for that. But WWE is not going to do that. Brock's going to win. It's going to be a nasty finish, a fuck finish. but Brock wins between 10 and 15 minutes.
You know, can I don't think this is gonna happen. Can I throw this out? This idea, if it's far fetched or talk me off the edge or whatever, wouldn't it be crazy to see Brock Lesnar like a no contest where he just comes and destroys Obafemi to the point he puts him out? Like, you know, I always go back to this. It always stays embedded in my mind. Maybe to me was when Macho Man took out Ricky Steamboat, because I know this is very old, very outdated, you know, very back almost 40 years. Macho Man just came out of nowhere and just blasted, beat up Ricky Steamboat. And I believe it was a televised match. He crushed his throat. Ricky Steamboat couldn't talk. He had to learn, and led to the WrestleMania 3 greatest match there, where I could see Brock Lesnar jumping and just attacking Oba, putting him to where he, you know, visually he's hurt on a stretcher, totally knocked out, and we don't see for him for months, because it also gives him time to build Obafemi. Because if he beats Brock again or vice versa, what's next right away? Maybe they want to stretch it where he's going through an intense rehab to return back the ruler. Does he have it? And even if it doesn't have to happen in Minnesota for him to return, maybe towards the War Games type of deal, Oba returns, because you could insert him in the War Game match where he's not one-on-one, and you're still stretching time, because then you keep him strong for the Royal Rumble. Because let's face it, I don't have any faith creative don't know what to do next with Obafemi. They're not going to put him in the main event scene because they think it's a little too quick. They're not going to put him in the mid card because it kind of feels like it's beneath them to go up against the great mid card that they got forming. Because I think illegal Ethan Page and that group has that locked down. So they don't know what to do with Oba. They brought him up and they're like, damn, we really accelerated him, writing him off with injuries, which is not going to be good for him, but for the WWE, for them to let things play out and fall into the right process of line. I could see that where they take him out for a while. He gets beat up by Brock, and Brock looks like a total monster, like leaving him bloody, and the bell doesn't ring, and just totally, even if he puts a chokehold or something or with the chair crushing his throat, something along those lines. I could see that. Would you guys be okay with that, or do you really want to see Obafemi with creative do really work their ass and earn their paycheck?
I'll tell you this. In a past lifetime, 10 years ago, you could get away with that. You can't do this on a 5-card PLE. You can't do it.
I agree with you.
You just can't. ESPN ain't gonna have that. They're not having that, bro.
I was gonna, go ahead. No, my bad.
Oh yeah, you can't sell that to anybody. You just can't. If this was a 10-match card, sure, we could go with that. If WWE was better with their fans right now, you could sell that. You just can't do it right now. We're not in the atmosphere to do it. And if you wanted to do that, you should have did that on Raw when you got 4 F5s and Brock should just kept going. Just kept going. Destroy Oba right then and there on Raw. You can't do that on 2026 in the PLE. You just can't.
I was going to agree with Kev. I was going to agree with Kev. I was going to say because it actually. What are you going to do with Obafemi? Open challenges? People are going to. I haven't, but I'm going to start really getting annoyed by them soon, because if they keep continuing to, because they're going to get Otis. I don't want that shit. So I like Kev's idea, but you cannot do this on a PLE that's, again, not that, 4 matches, and
that's what's hurting.
The main complaint right now is ads. So they're gonna do that just okay, and then go to another. I don't think the watching experience is gonna be enjoyable for a lot of people.
I got one more thing to go with that too. This was the Saturday night main event a few months ago. You remember when Cody and Jacob was supposed to have a battle, and it just broke into a brawl.
Yes. Before WrestleMania.
Then Drew McIntyre just broke it up.
Yeah,
that was panned by the IWC, which the IWC pans everything, but that was panned by even the people that were in attendance that night. So they tried this already with Cody Rhodes. If you can't get away with it with Cody Rhodes, you can't get away with it with Brock and Oba right now. You just can't.
I mean, there's a little bit of a wild card. Mm-hmm. My wild card is where Obafemi doesn't even get out to the locker room, where a Drew McIntyre, return of Drew's any day minute should be returning. I thought it was going to happen some way, somehow on SmackDown. They are in Europe. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna have it. Matter of fact, Chris, while I finish my sentences here, can you check if the remaining house shows in the European circuit, if there is a glass, if they're gonna be in Scotland, anywhere in where for Drew return? Because I think we could see a Drew McIntyre. To me, it makes more sense in the tribal combat, but maybe they do a different audible where Drew McIntyre interjects himself in, because Obafemi still has some unfinished business with Drew McIntyre, especially in that F finish there that we had on Saturday night's main event, John Cena's final match. So they could go that route if they wanted to got something for Obafemi, if they want to go and they wanted to put him in that program, but then he's relegated to SmackDown. So again, this is a little bit all over the place because they creative is all over the place. They haven't really given us anything to see a direction or sink our teeth to. Did you have that, Chris?
Yeah, no, there'll be I'm not going to do there's no live tours there, but the next Raw is in Italy, SmackDown in Italy, Raw in France, and that's it. So just Italy and France.
So they're going to end it in a stinker.
Yep, just Italy, France, and one Portugal show for a live tour. So no Glasgow, no Scotland.
But they will travel though. There's the one thing. The Scotland, the Scottish, the Europeans do travel.
But they got European summer tours. They got European summer tours in Wales, in Spain, the UK still in the mid-June. So maybe mid-June we could see McIntyre.
Okay.
Mid-June.
No, he could show up to this. He could be showing up to this Clash in Italy. He could be. Yes. Yohas, you were going to mention something.
Question for you guys, and this is off subject. It's kind of part of the subject. Has Obafemi even legally signed to Raw? Is he still a free agent? Who is still? So Drew McIntyre could attack him. Because I want to know, like, why is Obafemi still this free agent? Because we mostly see him on Raw. Like, why is no one even elaborating on this? Is that why we don't push him to any main event scenes? Because he can go. He's so ambiguous. He can go to any one of them. And
it's
why
like
is
Omos. Omos is a free agent.
And why is he so big that he gets this moniker? No one else is moving like this, but Oba just gets to do what the hell he wants. This might sound like this is just me being devil's advocate, I guess. Like, how come this rookie gets to have all this latitude?
You're right. It doesn't kind of make sense there. I mean, a lot of things in wrestling really don't supposed to make sense.
Yeah, I mean, all their free agent people on the roster are people that they don't know what to do with, right? AJ Lee, Brie Bella, Danhausen, Brock Lesnar, Omos, and Paige. Those are just, all the ladies I mentioned. Okay, we'll use you for big spots, and then Danhausen, like, it's just dumb.
Paige is as long as she's in between two
she's not between anybody. She's on her very own. On the roster, she has her own.
She could go SmackDown and Raw. You could take them both on.
Yeah, so she can go to NXT if she wants to be, try something new.
I mean, yeah, she's always experimenting.
Right. It doesn't matter,
A week behind this. Feel the force.
There you go. Yeah, that's what she's gonna be saying. And yes. Let me go. Oh. We talked about the Obafemi. Leads me to another match. Do you want to go tribal combat? Or you want to leave that for last? We got one more match, right? Which is now I drew.
Yeah, we'll leave tribal combat.
Becky versus Soul.
Yes,
Becky versus Soul Daruka. Haas, she's not listening to you. You have told her, get her some Jordans, stop with the Vans, because all they talk about is her slipping on the ropes with those cheap ass sneakers for wrestling, and it's costing her main run Impact. What's going on? Salute to you there. I'm watching us there. What's going on? How are you? Happy Saturday, or wherever you are, Saturday afternoon or Sunday. Appreciate you there. Let us know where you're watching us in the chat. We'll shout you out. Us, your thoughts here. Do we see a new Women's Intercontinental Champion?
No. Becky's going to retain because they have nothing to do creatively for Soul Ruka right now. If they put the belt on her, We're just going to get a title change just for the hell of it. And I'm tired of WWE doing that, especially to the women's division. This has nothing to do with the match we're talking about right now. Look at Liv Morgan right now. They have absolutely nothing to do for Liv Morgan. They'll say, "Oh, Stephanie got hurt." So there's 50 million other women in this division that can do something with the world champion right now with Liv Morgan. She has nothing to do. So Ruka's going to be the same way if she gets that belt. She's going to be going against Maxie Dupree, Ivy Nile. If we pray, we may get a Roxanne Perez. No one. They have nothing for anybody to do. So they will be best to keep it on Becky and just keep this feud going to SummerSlam. If you want to crown Sol Ruka, do it a bigger PLE. Have a bigger blood feud. Have them do something out of the ring, chase them through the grocery store, at the bank or something, at a pastry shop. I don't care. Just make this feud worth watching. Don't just give me a title match. Oh, Sol Ruka's she's newly crowned, and she has nothing to do. So I'm for Becky retaining.
Chris?
Yeah, I agree. I got Becky Lynch. I like Sol Ruka. If she is the Intercontinental Champion, I don't really know what they would really do. I mean, they could go against like Roxanne and like kind of like what Hoss just mentioned. But if you want to make Roxanne, over in a sense, or if you want her to just look better or whatever, I think Becky Lynch is the perfect person. Because let's say Roxanne, beats Becky, whatever, she turns heel, she can have that match with AJ that everyone's craving. It makes sense right there because AJ and Becky's ties. So, I would like Becky to win. I just think there's more for her to do with the title, even though she's had this damn title pretty much since it started. The reality is there's more for her to do with it than pretty much anybody else.
I hear you. Here's the one thing I gotta complain. Coming out of WrestleMania, even a little bit before that, WWE Creative has done nothing for the women's world title or the Intercontinental. They haven't done anything. I have one thing I complain about Stephanie Becerra. They didn't make me care about Stephanie winning the world title. At that time, was champion with feud storyline. Liv Morgan, bless her soul, she tries. But they don't give. It feels like she's a valet for Judgment Day instead of being your women's world champion. That's an issue. Even the Mega Campeonato in WWE with Dominic, he feels like a valet, like a manager on Raw. There's an issue there when it comes with the direction of creative. I don't know the question you're asking me. You keep asking me, tell me. I'm in the chat. I understand.
I think it might be a bot, Kevin. I think it may be a bot.
All right. It's probably a bot. Don't worry about it.
All right. So, yeah, let's moderators, do your thing. Activate. My point, this doesn't feel nothing special. Sol Ruka in NXT was great. Sol Ruka was just phenomenal. Now she just doesn't feel like, all right, what's next? She had a great match with Liv. I wish they would have kept that instead of her jumping into Becky. Even if she would have lost, okay, she's not ready for the world title picture. And then Becky makes fun out of her later down. Like, you can't even cut it there. You think this is easy coming from NXT? Yada yada. Then that would have been a nice way of spicing things up. They could have more meat on the bone. I don't know. To me, I'm all. You know what I'm asking for? To be honest with you, I don't mind who wins. I don't care who wins. I just want Becky to put Sol over, even if she doesn't go over. Like, damn, there was a damn banger match. The same way I always say this. That triple threat in Evolution last year with Becky, Lyra, and Bayley, fucking phenomenal. They all went over, but creative didn't do anything to capture and elevate anyone else but Becky. And Becky went her ass to elevate everyone in that match, and creative never capitalized on their momentum. I hope that they could do something that lightning in the bottle again, and they could capitalize on the ladies, either Becky or Sol going forward. That's what I'm asking for. Elevate and have I hope they steal the match. I hope this is the match of the night. Be honest with you. I'm rooting for them to be the match of the night. But I don't care who wins.
Kev, this is an indictment on creative. WWE and TKO, they are up here telling us that we are diversifying the creative room. I know on Raw, they have at least 2 women on the writing team now. It may be more. I know at least 2. How come the women division hasn't got any better? It looks like it's gotten worse.
Yeah.
So is that a problem for Paul Levesque, who's the wrestling veteran with Pritchard and Hayes? Or is it that these women that you brought in to be creative writers know absolutely nothing about wrestling and probably couldn't care less about what's going on? That's what I'm asking. Because if you're going to diversify the room, and we keep asking why the women's division hasn't got any better, I know they do get time, but it's bad television. Going from the women's tag team debacle to our champions right now, it's practically unwatchable. And people would say, "Oh man, what do you mean unwatchable? The women are getting time." I want them to have valuable time, not just being out there looking good. I don't want to come up here just making it sound like a sexist pig by saying, "Oh man, they look great every day." Of course, they look fucking great. The prerequisite is to be hot, but they can wrestle. Give us something that we can watch on television. That's all I ask. And then I'll stop saying, "Oh, they look good every week." I'll say, "Oh man, they actually doing some stuff out there." There's nothing compelling about women's wrestling in the WWE right now. Nothing. And that's a crime. When you got women on the writing team, that's a crime.
You know what the problem is in the WWE when it comes to the writing and ideas? What happens, Haas, you should know this. Right now, you just did, by the way, shout out to Haas, who's really getting into some shape. I know, I'm sorry if I'm a little personal. He's going and doing some mile running and all that stuff. What happens if you want to come in for something nice, like a glass of lemonade, and you put too much ice in it?
Oh, man, the taste goes. You're watering it down, you're diluting it.
And that's what's happening with the writing team. Mm-hmm. They're watering the shit out of this product with too many writers, too many inputs, too many people that are using this as a paycheck rather than the love of passion for professional wrestling. Oh, I gotta write this ad because I'm getting paid for it. And that happens even with content creators. They don't love to watch wrestling anymore because they see it as a job. This shit is boring. Because it's a fucking job. I say this time and time again. You don't go to work and saying, "I'm gonna have the greatest time of my life." You're gonna go there because you're here to make paper. I got to make this money.
Exactly.
And that's reflecting on everybody on the product. The writers are just there to make money. They're Hollywood writers. They're gonna make money. There's no love and passion. And as much as you kill Vince McMahon, and his writing team, even Vince Russo, that people kill it, but he was doing it as a passion. When he got involved in the Attitude Era, because they had a mission statement. They're passionate to beat the shit out of WCW and the NWO. The old man Hogan who deflected. There was a love and a passion for, regardless of the fuel, the reason. They went all out. Here, it's just a paycheck and is reflecting with the women's division. So many, I'm glad, great. We want all equality. Women have the women writers. Heck, we wanted Stephanie McMahon to be the freaking company, the CFO, and run the company of WWE. She's no longer out. Oh, great, we have a woman there. But still, it didn't work. It doesn't work. Not for Stephanie, talking about with these women writers that are not helping the product. The proof is in the pudding, Chris. It's not good. It's not compelling anymore.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck they just hired for Monday Night Raw.
She sucks.
She's awful. She's awful. And look, I think we all owe Road Dogg a little bit of an apology, because SmackDown's just as bad as it was when he was there. It's not gotten better, is my point. You're right, because again, a lot of people like to get, including myself, Russo. I wasn't really around back then for the booking, other stuff. But it's WWE booking at least. But he had a love for the game. He still kind of does, because he's still doing it with his juggalos or whatever the shit, which probably, I don't watch it, but probably has some things going on that actually make sense down there. So I don't know, man. These new writers that they got there are not that, they're not good. I mean, and the women's division's hard. These writers suck, because a lot of these producers, like, they're good producers. Like, TJ's a really good producer for the women. Like, why the fuck can't you, I wonder if these producers don't have enough influence on their, you know what I'm saying? Like, the writers are writing the matches and the producers are producing the matches the way the writers want it.
Right.
But it's like, again, we don't know this for sure. I'm just speculating. It's like, I watched some of these women's matches. I'm like, this is a Tyson Kidd produced match. Like, this is like, there's no way he's going out there and telling these people. He's getting somebody's telling him to go tell these people. Like, does that make sense? Because I think TJ is better than some of the shit we've seen from this women's division. And I talk about him specifically. I call him out specifically because he's the main guy that works with these women, and according to everybody, even Natty. So I just that's one thing I would like to know, which we never will. But how much influence do these producers have on the actual outcome in writing? Because I find it hard to believe Tyson Kidd allows half this shit to fucking go on, or it comes up with half this shit.
And look, the head booker tells you who's going over, when they're going over, when they're going to put the match card together. You know, hey Tyson, your girls are going to go third in the card. You got 10 minutes. I'm going to give you 10 minutes, and then something might have happened in match number 1 or 2 that they went a little over. Tyson, I got to take you 10 minutes and turn it to 7. Tell the girls they got 7 or they got 5. That's the insights of that. Again, these writers and these segments, they're not collaborating. It doesn't feel like they're on the same, ballpark when it comes to the time and the storyline wise and all this stuff. It's like, what? And it's too many ice in the drinks. Before it was just more people will get mad at Vince ripping the script. To me, I think the Vince script writing was breaking and changing shit on the fly was the dirt sheets. Mm-hmm. Because Vince hated someone to know what the hell he was thinking beforehand. He didn't want you to go out there and go on .net and put on every fucking segment. Oh, Cody's opening the segment. He hated that. Vince had people in his ears. Hey, the internet, the Stooges are reporting that this is going on first. He hated that. That's the problem. We also, as a content creators, ruin the experience too, trying to be the first one to put shit out there where these companies want to swerve. It wasn't Saturday night's main event, the whole card. I saw, because I didn't cover it. I was too busy doing the Knicks basketball game. I didn't watch Saturday night's main event. But a lot I heard certain card matches were going to go main event. The Penta and Ethan Page was supposed to be the main event. Then it's had Jay Cargill. They didn't know who the hell was the main event. You heard the dirt sheets being the first one to report it. Report it live. They gave us nothing but false fucking information, false finished information throughout the internet, which I don't care. But you know what? These companies do. Because they want you to be surprised. They like the elements of surprise to get you. That's part of the magic. That's part of the magic of professional wrestling, the surprise element to give you that. But if you're going out there stooging it all over the freaking for clicks, it ruins it. And these companies are trying to divert that. And I know you're gonna say, well, don't pay attention to the minority vocal on the internet, but I hate to say it, but when that kind of news gets circulated quicker, and you're like, I'm not going to tune in because this is going to be the first match. I'll catch this on the end. WWE don't want you to. They want you to consume the whole enchilada, Haas.
You're right, because it's the same thing with YouTube. YouTube, it thrives on watch time. Like you can get all the likes and subscriptions you want. These people want you watching the content and for a long duration of the period. They want you to watch it all. And if you tell us the formats of what's going on, you can sit up there and destroy watch time numbers. And again, I know we're going to talk about AEW very soon. You never really hear about their formatting getting, disclosed.
I wonder why.
Yeah, we can talk about it. We can. But yes, it just seems like it's a lot of things slanted for WWE or against WWE at certain times. That's all it is. And I guess that they may not be greasing the pot enough. They may not be lobbying enough. That's neither here or there. That's above our pay grade, but that's how I see it on that one. And to bring this one on home, again, I want better for women's wrestling. I really do. I do not want to just get up here and just say they look good every week. I want better for them. I really do. And a lot of guys would be like, man, you're talking out both sides of your neck. No, I consume this content. I sit up here and critique this content. I'm trying to give you honest opinions. And if I give it to you too raw, you be like, oh, man, you're not being honest enough. Like, what the fuck do you want from us? We tell you the truth. You don't like the answer. You don't want us lying to you because you can't take it. Your ego is fragile. You can't take it. You're too manly. You shouldn't be talking like that. Wrestling fans never know what they want. They just know when you offend them, they turn you off. You know what? Wrestling fans offend me every day. And I go and listen to them because I actually do care about them. Unlike most of them, they don't care about us. And we trying to serve the people. That's all we try to do.
Great, well said there, man. I'm gonna go right into the tribal combat. Jacob Fatu, which could be in doubt, as we mentioned earlier. We talked about it. If you missed it, check out our early part of the show. Jacob Fatu, Roman Reigns. Not, if the match happens, Haas, do we see a new tribal chief in the reign of Fatu, or does the tribal chief rises and still tells us that he is the one and only true tribal chief of WWE?
I know I sound like a broken record. I'm gonna say this again. Lazy Creative will not allow Jacob Fatu to be tribal chief and world heavyweight champion right now. Will not allow it. They have not foreseen a plan 3 months from now, 6 months from now, to say Jacob Fatu should be our champion on television. Can I see it? Yes, I can. But I am not a lazy fucker in the creative room. I can put pen to paper. I have an imagination that can make things happen. Does Paul Levesque have it? No. Does Michael Pritchard have it? Well, Bruce Pritchard, the same guy, whatever. They don't have it. The women we just talked about in that diverse class in the writing room, they can't see it. Roman Reigns is going to retain in a good match if it does happen, and we're gonna have Roman have their belt at least until SummerSlam and maybe even longer, because that enables creative to be lazy as fuck as they are, because that's what we get. We're gonna default to what we know because we're lazy, and that's a bad message to send to children and to growing human beings. But WWE doesn't care about your well-being. So yes, Roman Reigns retains, and he stays being the tribal chief.
Roman Reigns, Chris. Roman Reigns. I'm gonna say this before I let you go. Roman Reigns will sell more European tours than Jacob Fatu. Remember that.
Of course.
Your thoughts?
Absolutely. They're gonna. I hope not. Hope whatever. Like this needs to whatever. My point is, I think this feud is gonna take a break for a while, if not be done with it. So yeah, I got Roman Reigns. I got nothing else to add. It's Roman's gonna sell like Kev said, and it's just you're gonna have better matches. There are bigger matches planned for with Roman Reigns. So yeah, I got Roman.
I could definitely see Roman holding the world title because it's not because they just put it on him I'm not advocating for a 1,316-day run either, but he is great for business. TKO, right now they're in the middle part of the year, shareholders, and they want to show a nice over the summer growth in their product and money wise. Roman Reigns makes the sense financially to be the world champion over Jacob. Storyline wise, and I would love to see Roman being the savior, like, oh, you got to get your UNFALOUT back from Jacob. Jacob is a menace in SmackDown, causing chaos to Adam Pearce, who said, you wanted to fire me. And they could even have that play out the whole summer month, and with only choice where Pearce is begging Roman to come back and win his UNFALOUT, do whatever he can. So storyline wise, and the Usos, do they become errand boys to Jacob Fatu because of the UNFALOUT and all that? They got great storylines, Haas, like you said, creative booking, but money wise, for make all the money, it is Roman Reigns going into Saudi, going to the rest of the European tour. People want to see Roman Reigns. That's the only thing that's influential.
Kev, I'll tell you this: they could have had their cake and ate it too. They could have just made tribal combat just for the head of the table. They did not have to put the title on the line. Jacob could have won. Roman would have still been champion. This storyline would have had legs for at least another 3 months, and it would have been very compelling. If Vince McMahon was still running his operation, that's what would have happened. Like Roman would have been stripped of being tribal chief. He still have that belt, and he'd be like, "Okay, I gotta go fight for the honor of my family again," while still being champion. That makes compelling television. Because, like, are you really the true champion? You're not even the champion of your family. Do you see how that dynamic goes?
I love that.
That's fun television. Again,
They tried.
I like
that was
it.
Solo too.
Yeah, this
Sorta,
country,
kinda.
this company is bereft of just creative juice. They're so money oriented that they've lost the plot about having some imagination. You can make money and have imagination too. Those two things go together in wrestling. They're mutually exclusive. It can happen, but no, they're just so tied. Like, oh, we must have Roman Reigns at the top. There's a way of having Roman Reigns at the top and being compelling at the same time. It can happen, but again, this company just doesn't know what the fuck to do.
Let me ask this possible follow-up, a quick follow-up before we go to the All Elite Wrestling and all that stuff. Is it because TKO just wants to show their shareholders profits and they're handcuffing creative to go that direction, to be creative and not safe and formulaic, where no, we know that this is the analytic number says do this because it's going to give us a profit. But if you do this, if you go creatively and it doesn't hit, we might lose that 5% in profit margin, and that scares them because the risk is not as big as their reward.
I'm gonna tell you this: TKO know wrestling fans will buy whatever they selling. They don't care. When they know these people, wrestling fans, and this may be a slight to wrestling fans in general, they know that we will give away our dollars to anything because we're so loyal to the brand. We may be disenchanted with the brand for however long. If someone comes and give me a trendy t-shirt, I will buy it. If someone comes and get a nice belt, they will buy it. If they come and have a good month of television, oh boy, we're buying the NJPW. I'm surprised they don't sell that. But yeah, they're there. TKO ain't worried about sales going down. The truth be told, they just want to get newer people in and don't know how to do it. They don't know how to multiply wrestling fans. They have no clue. The same thing, they lost UFC. They have no clue of getting new UFC fans. For these people to have so much deep pockets, I do not know how they multiply their money. I don't know how they do it other than selling ads. What else do they do? Because these people look like they suck at business, but they're making all this money. It doesn't make any sense to me from a wrestling standpoint. It doesn't. But to go back, I lost my train of thought. What the hell was I talking about? Okay, with Roman. With Roman at the top, it's very malleable. You can do a lot of things with Roman at the top, and they just be like, oh man, Roman must win. He must win. He must win. This is wrestling. It's not about wins and losses. We talk about this about the other show all the time. We talk about it all the time. And they're thinking it's just like the UFC, and that's where they lose everyone at. You must have the stories to win people over. And to bring this on home, I think Triple H, Paul Levesque is sniffing his own farts. He's just like, oh man, we're making money every quarter. Why must I do anything to my creative? We're getting these folks for their money every quarter. We're winning every quarter. Why must I try anything new? They don't like what I do anyway. If I try something new, they hate it. If I do something the same, they hate it. So be it. I'm gonna just give them slop. They eat slop, whatever. So that's where they at with that.
And that's why they try to bring the celebrities in to try to get the casual. Oh, dude, this person is popular here, there. Oh, they're in wrestling now. Let me try to watch this. That's why they bring that's why they interject, and they think they do good by bringing a Travis Scott, a Jelly Roll, and so forth, and for celebrity names on that. That's why they try that. They don't know that, and that's why they want the celebrity roles with the wrestlers at Raw and on the UFC. Look who's here tonight in attendance. That's TKO. That's not WWE, because Vince hated that when he was running there. But Chris, if you're Paul Levesque and you're smelling your farts, make sure you use Dude Wipes. Let them know about Dude Wipes,
right.
And the Sports Jedi Network, our partnership.
Yes, you guys can always go to Dude Wipes, and Sports Jedi Network always wiping out the competition. Go to text Dude, save 20 to 59463, and always we'll send you a nice promo for 20% off. And guys, I get Dude Wipes text messages all the time by using that exact thing. If you guys don't believe me right here, Dude Wipes will send you that. So go hit that promo. And Dude Wipes we'll send you some cool. Look at this cool T-shirt. Look at this cool T-shirt from Dude Wipes.
Yes.
And they want to give you
blue.
this. So use that promo code and you can rock this beautiful Dude Wipes Poopsicle USA for the 4th of July. Let's go.
Nice. Poopsicle T-shirts.
And in the words of Hackshot Jim Duggan,
Shout out to Dude Wipes. They send you some cool shit. They're like, buy this and you'll get the T-shirt. I'm like, guys, take advantage of that. Take advantage of that. I know you guys see Dude Wipes on your stores, Walmarts. I see it every time. Get a discount. Just have some freaking patience. Let it come in the mail. And save a nice discount and rock that T-shirt. You're going to get a T-shirt with your orders. You can. You just got to use that number. They'll send you all the cool promos they got going on for the week, month, etc. Take advantage of that. And tell them Sports Jedi Network sent you guys. Not WWE, because we had that affiliation before that.
We were before them. We were at ambassador for them. Yeah, that's what they say. They're hilarious with their stuff. They're hilarious what they come with. They have a lot of crude humor when it comes to Dude Wipes. That's why we were happy that they gave us that and become a sponsor, and we have become a brand ambassador to their program and so forth. Guys, that's Clash in Italy. We're definitely gonna put a pause on WWE because I want to get into All Elite Wrestling. We haven't really talked too much. I know you guys. By the way, if you guys check out these guys on Wednesday nights, they do the reactions, really following the show. They break everything down. But before we get into, let's hear from that same sponsor. Really cool stuff in the summer. Give me a 40-second break. Give me 2 seconds.
Summer is upon us real soon. When the temps start to climb, cool down your undercarriage with a poopsicle. Dude Wipes team created the world's first ice pop scented butt wipes. Every dude deserves a little treat after dropping a dookie. Poopsicle Wipes. Get your butt over to the TP aisle or snag a pack online. Here, your promo code. Text DUDESAVE20 to 59463. Get 20% off. Dude Wipe, sponsor of the Sports Jedi Network channel. Feel the force. Stay Dude Wipe clean.
This is the one and only Paige, and you're watching Sports Jedi Network. Feel the force.
All right, indeed. Thank you for Dude Wipes for sponsoring and being a product sponsor of the channel, and of course us being as ambassadors to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, All Elite Wrestling had a great Double or Nothing from Queens, New York, or of course Louis Armstrong Arena. Then Wednesday shows up. Business as usual, restoring the feelings on a very passive Dynamite show. I believe, very passive, very pedestrian, maybe safe, nothing too lackluster. My question that I want to ask you guys that watch the show, they did a 3-hour block because they included Collision, but then tonight they're having another Collision. What was the purpose of it, Chris?
I asked the same thing to Hoss and Samurai, who was in the chat on Wednesday, because I was watching the rest of, I watched like a good 40 minutes of the Collision while we were doing our thing. I was getting ready, all that stuff. And I said on the show, I'm like, well, someone told me they're doing Collision again. The NHL, the Stanley Cup is already announced. The two teams are there. The game wasn't on Thursday. There's no game tonight. The NBA playoffs are on Peacock or NBC or whatever. There's nothing going on TNT tonight. And NHL finals don't start till next week. Why wouldn't you just give us a regular 2-hour Dynamite and give us Collision tonight? You really did you did so much stuff that you did on that 3rd hour of Collision that should have been on that 2nd hour. Hoss, and we talked about this. To catch Kyle Fletcher addressing Takeshna should have been on that 1st hour or that first 2 hours. They did something else too. Whatever. Should have been on that 1st hour. My point is, like, this doesn't make sense. I don't know why. There's nothing going on programming-wise, sports-wise, that them needing to do 3 hours. At least they advertise it as a Collision. They didn't even advertise it as a 3-hour Dynamite. Like if it was a 3-hour Dynamite, I actually would have went live at 11.
And I ask this question: it would have benefited them to just say AEW Dynamite.
Yes, because there's stuff on there that I actually, because there's stuff there I wanted to talk about. Fletcher turning on to Ketchum, but like, I'm not covering Collision. I don't want to watch that 3rd hour. I want to watch the Dynamite. That's the show. So it's like, that's weird. That was weird to me. I didn't realize that until after I got done with the review show and I saw all these announcements being made for matches, like Megan Bain and Lana Cross versus TJ, and the Bullet Club War Dogs versus the Guns. The Guns are on Collision tonight. Guys, Kev, you know a lot longer. How long have I been saying I wanted to see the Guns on AEW?
Yes.
And you didn't. I'm gonna watch it. I'm watching it tonight. A little bit. I'm gonna watch the playoffs, but I'm gonna watch that match at least.
Let me ask you of a disconnect. Starting off with that recorded backstage from Double or Nothing with Omega and Ospreay, where this is where I gotta say, why you trust them, and then Omega. I wish I could play the audio because we know that Will Washington and his cronies will put a copyright.
Oh my God, yeah.
That you can't even play it, and we want to emphasize. But he says, "Oh, why I don't trust them," but then he says, "I think I can see why you should trust them."
That was stupid, Hoss.
Yeah, it was.
Because I forgot. I said that because I forgot to bring that up. I totally forgot about that. I was just because I didn't give a shit. Because to me, it's like I don't want to see their main event match. I've already seen it, but I told Kev I forgot to mention that on Wednesday. That caught me after. I was like, what the hell? You're so like, yeah. The whole thing, Kenny. That proves that Kenny Omega and we've been saying this on Wednesdays. Kev, we've said this a lot throughout the last year and a half. He is so good in the ring. Not so good, but you know what I mean, right? And as a wrestling fan, sicko, and he's so bad on the mic. And he wants to go out and say he wants to be presented like Roman Reigns. He said that on his stream last night. He was like, I want to be presented the way WWE presents Roman. You can't fucking speak like Roman.
On the Temu app.
He can't speak like Roman. He doesn't look like Roman. I mean, again, we have to keep telling people this. It's about
look like Roman. The way you said that was fucking.
It's a fact. I mean, again, I know KdOT's not here. Very heterosexual. Gotta tell the truth about it. It's an aesthetics business. Kenny Omega, even though he's a very good wrestler, he's a little bit overweight. And I know he's been sick. I will give him grace on that. He does not look like a god of pro wrestling. He calls himself the god of pro wrestling. Does he look like that? No, the fuck he doesn't. And he doesn't speak like one either. Well, every time I see him talk, I'm ready to take a nap. The man's boring. He's lame. That's the biggest problem with him. He's lame. I'm tired of my big wrestling stars that are lame. He's lame. Will Ospreay is lame. When Jon Moxley comes onto your screen and he's the coolest guy on the screen, it's a problem. It's a problem. And that's why they got Will Ospreay in the Jon Moxley school of getting sauce. And Moxley doesn't have any sauce. We got people call him a plumber. He called him a lazy plumber.
Bro, when I saw those three, I saw a plumber, an HVAC tech, and a fucking carpenter in the room there.
I see guys that could be solid fathers, but as wrestlers, they look lame as hell.
Bro, in my galaxy, we call him Kenny o Mierda.
And then, another thing about Kenny Omega, he came out and smoked that cigar for Stadium Stampede.
Oh my God, that was fucking awful.
He choked on it.
Yeah, he said, man, that's the first time I ever smoked in my life, man. I'm like, sir, we know.
We could tell.
Bro, here's a tip. Kenny Omega, don't deep throat the cigar, motherfucker. You won't. He got that deep throat in the cigar, like he's fucking Shibata there.
But yes, when he said,
no, it's a Kota Ibushi.
Him too. I mean, they all look the same.
The Golden Lovers.
When he said he
wanted to go to shower.
He wants to be presented like Roman Reigns.
He said that on his interview. No bullshit. On a Twitch stream.
God.
Sir,
I'll find the exact quote and read it for you right now. Give me 1 second.
While you find that,
while I find it, finish
let me bury him some more. Since he's the god of pro wrestling, How come we only getting 598,000 views for your TV show? You want to be presented. Roman Reigns garners 1.5 by himself. Himself.
Haas, I'll give you another metric. 500,000 T-shirts that just said needle mover was sold. He sold more T-shirts than Kenny Omega gets in ratings. Just a needle mover shirt. If you could find the metrics, how many of those needle mover shirts were sold, I guarantee you is anything that Kenny Omega done on television, on any of that, on any of his viewership.
All these internet thugs up here be glazing Kenny Omega. How come he can't get 1 million people to watch Dynamite? CM Punk was getting 1 million people weekly. Yeah. CM Punk, the guy I talk about all the time. I think Punk is a little bit overrated. He's way better than anybody who's at AEW.
He's the biggest star that company's ever had.
And the biggest they will ever see.
Yep.
The biggest. And that's why and I like AEW. I'm a big fan. This is why people say you people are out of touch. You do not have anybody that could garner real views. That's a fact.
He said, I would actually say I'm pretty jealous because Roman Reigns is presented the exact way I would like to be presented. He's presented as the man who's the champion, to have the big matches at the pay-per-views, whether you're really cheering for him or you're cheering for someone else. That's professional wrestling. And he said he's getting to do what I did in New Japan, so I can't be a hater on that. I'm a fan.
As you should be, Kenny Omega, because you see what real wrestling is. Real wrestling is bigger than just doing moves. That's all this is about. You got a guy, because we can argue and say Kenny Omega's a better in-ring wrestler than Roman Reigns. We can make that argument. And I will hear anybody out who says it. That's fine. But who's entertaining? Who's interesting? Who passes the airport test?
Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns can't even go to an airport.
Exactly. You see Kenny Omega at the airport. That sounds like somebody who works at Starbucks.
No, Roman Reigns can't go to an airport, dude.
I see Kenny Omega. I ask him, "Where's the car?" He looks like a chauffeur.
Bro, and no bullshit. Because since you guys are talking about the airports, like again, I'm in a group chat with a couple friends from my school, high school, and we talk about sports cards. And I'm talking about, I've been collecting a lot more WWE sports cards, whatever. Oh, I don't watch that shit. If I do watch it, I'm watching for CM Punk or Roman. I fuck with them too. And then we were arguing about who's better. And they're casuals. They're arguing about whatever. But the point is, they only care about Punk and Roman. Again, that's just a group of casuals that I know, a couple of my friends. So I wonder a lot more people are the same, where it's like, I don't watch that shit, but I fuck with Roman Reigns and Punk. That's literally his words. Like, I don't watch the show, but I fuck with, like, because he sees Roman Reigns, he likes his swag. Like, Punk's a cool, like, that's just my thought. Nobody in AEW is passing the test. And I love MJF. Give him a little more time. Maybe he could see, maybe it's the start of him now. Since last year, 2025, he kind of broke out on, the movies, Adam Sandler and all that stuff. I think a little bit more years to come, he could be that guy if he's still in AEW, but he's the only one that I would say I'll hear you out on. Nobody else passes that.
Tony Khan will never do it. A guy like MJF shouldn't lose a match for a year and a half. Like if you want to put this company over, you should do stuff like that. But
And I brought that, and I just brought that thing up because we're talking about Kenny wanting being presented by like Roman, and Punk is the biggest star AEW's ever had. And I'm telling you, a group of casuals, I only care about Roman and Punk. And Kenny wants to be presented in that side. It's just not happening.
Chris, I got a question for you. What's the longest title reign in AEW for the World Championship? What's the longest?
I believe it's MJF's first title reign, or Moxley's title reign with the recent one he just had at Wembley.
Yeah, I think it's double check on that.
I'm gonna double check. I have two that come into my mind.
I'm gonna make this statement because you mentioned about Tony Khan not.
It's MJF at 406 days. That's what I thought. Yep.
Okay. If you know, and can we say that we can see Max jumping to the WWE?
MJF?
Yeah,
I can't.
Absolutely. You can't see it.
You see it? No, you can't see it.
I can't see
it. I can see it in like 3 years.
For financial purposes, I can't.
Right. But here's my point: why I say I could see Maxwell Jacob Freeman going to the WWE. If you're Tony Khan, you gotta be that back of your mind. If he is, and if he is, I'm making him go. I'm making him being a long title reign holder. And I know people are gonna say why if he's gonna go to the WWE, because once his title reigns is over, people are going to be like welcoming the new champion, and you could build off of that. Because if you keep Max back and forth with this, people are going to turn. Oh, here's Max winning the title again. Now here we go, shoehorning himself. Just make him an obstacle where it's going to be difficult to beat him. And when the guy that does, you're like, oh damn, he really is going to take the reins from the company. Like him. This is why I'm a little confused, because Darby Allin loses the world title to Max now. And the pay-per-view has not finished off the air. As a matter of fact, the match hasn't even started, and we're already booking for the new world champion. Oh, maybe Omega should win it. Or maybe Andrade should wrestle him because they have the Forbidden Door coming up. Or Ospreay should win it in Wembley. So just have a little bit of don't pigeonhole the title. To me, I'm gonna make this honest. Next week, MJF is going to set up a match against Bruce. This AEW world title feels like a television title. I'm sorry, it doesn't feel like a world championship. Because
that's Darby Allin's fault. If
Moxley's title feels more important.
That's Tony Khan's fault. I'm talking about kayfabe. That's Darby Allin's fault because Hoss, what did I tell you? I hated about Darby Allin's title reign. Everybody deserves a shot at this championship. And I'm going to tell you this Saturday in front of a newer audience. No, they don't. That was Darby Allin's whole motto. Everybody deserves a title because they put the grind and all that. I respect that. I really do. And he's not wrong to a certain degree. But the people that we were getting, Takeshita was now the matches were all good. Takeshita is the only real legit opponent in that 8 or 9 defenses he had. That was like, this is legit. Everybody else were mid-carders. And Takeshita's not even there yet, but he's phenomenal. I think really high of Takeshita. If he spoke English, he'd be a world champion, in my honest opinion. So, is that fair to say? Darby Allin's title reign is the reason why this shit feels like a TV title.
You're right. And since we're performing an autopsy on the Darby Allin title reign, I just got to leave it like this. I gave it 2 weeks, and I was done with it after the 2 weeks. Even though Darby has won me over as a fan a little bit, I will say that. Honestly, I like Darby Allin a little bit more. I'll give him that. But for the title reign, people who said this is a generational run have lost the plot of wrestling, and they should not be booking television shows at all. I'm just being dead honest. If you like wrestling matches and moves, great for you. Good for you. You should not be booking my television because Tony Khan looks at your reviews and he respects your opinions, and your opinions should not be mattering to the booker of this TV show because you're the reason we have bad television every week. You, the people who love these matches, these marathon matches for 20 and 30 minutes, and they give us the same shit and it progresses nowhere. I'm tired of that. And people are like, man, this is the alternative. This is the alternative. Yeah, this is alternative garbage. Stop giving us garbage. And I'm tired of Tony Khan listening to these people every day on the internet. These people, they're mush for brains. Mush. I'm telling you, there's just wrestling. There's no culture. There's no nuance up there. It's just suplexes, chops, splashes, stomps, whatever. All these just moves. It's bad TV. Darby Allin, what if you want to call it generation run, I call it bad TV. I'm glad MJF won, even though I wanted to see him bald-headed. For the moment, it would have been great to see. But man, we got to tell the truth. I was so mad at Darby Allin for winning the belt because Tony Khan did not do right by him. He's like, just throw him in matches. No story. Oh, man, we're going to fight till my heart gives out until I see God. Man, bro, that's a story we can tell with anybody. We can tell that story with anybody. That's not a real story. That's nothing. And that's just it. Like Darby Allin did not enhance that title. Tony Khan damaged his company by doing that. And if you believe differently, we can respectfully disagree. But man, I don't agree with anything that you're talking about with wrestling, with a generational run by Darby Allin. What did he do? Yeah, you're under 600K of ratings. That's where you're at.
Yeah,
Less people are watching the TV show.
Last year was him coming, instead of going to the mountain, he should have beaten the Death Riders. That was set up for them there. Now MJF, but here's the thing that disconnect. Moxley's title, at least Moxley's title with the rules, everyone's banned from ringside. You're getting a pure match, regardless and all that. That title feels more special than the All Elite Wrestling title. It's like Moxley says, I'll hide this. He hit the AEW title because he didn't care about it. He lost it. He got the Continental title. Now that feels more special because he wrestles pure and he's beating everybody pure in the ring with no one coming out and interfering, and he just, it's ass backwards. And then you have MJF wrestling against Roosh, not on Forbidden Door, the following Wednesday night. ¿Por qué? Why?
Kev, hold on before you go further. Chris, name those men that Roosh beat that you named on Wednesday. Name
Kev,
them.
did you hear that?
Kev,
did you hear that segment?
Yeah, beef, pork tenderloin. You had what you had the other one.
I got you guys right now. I had the cage match.
Rice cake.
I have the cage matches. Hold up.
Man, by the way, if you have not eaten lunch, now's the time to go ahead and put your DoorDash order. I don't have a code yet, but sooner or later we'll have some DoorDash codes on a promo so you can save if we make you hungry on the stream with the following names.
It's time for a jobber buffet.
Yes.
Damn, he's such a jobber. His shit doesn't even pop up. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go from. So yeah, he fought a guy named Beef on Ring of Honor, but all these other people are names that we would all know. So let me go.
Was he USDA certified?
Ground Chuck.
They were all Ring of Honor, but we know these guys. Ace Austin, AR Fox. We know these guys. So I'm going to start from after Darby Allin beat him back in March. Dante Leon on Ring of Honor. Wow. Adam Priest on Collision.
He didn't even have a prayer.
Stephen Fuente at Dynamite.
He wasn't strong enough.
Manny Lowe.
A rapper.
Ring of on Collision.
That's the highest he ever get.
Hoss, this was your favorite one. LSG.
Yes, drugs.
He was high as shit.
Ryan O'Neal.
Sounds like my accountant.
And TJ Crawford. The cousin of Jamal. That's what Hoss said on Wednesday. Is that Jamal Crawford's cousin? Like, who the fuck is that? These are the fucking people that Roosh defeated to get a championship opportunity. I don't know. I don't know. But shout out to Jamal Crawford because he is also a former Phoenix Sun.
Those are enhancement your appetite talent.
This is how highly Tony Khan thinks.
What about Cheeseburger?
Cheeseburger, he hasn't been on Ring of Honor in a while. But Ring of Honor has a guy named Cheeseburger and Beef.
Yeah. Yep.
What about poultry?
And I did show Beef. So if you guys want to see what Beef looks like, go back and watch Wednesday stream with me and Hoss. I pulled up Beef's face on stream.
And he just got fired from AAA. They put Nino Hamburguesa. Oh my God. Talk about a trio of meat there.
Yeah. I got a match coming up next week. It's against Veal.
And you know what's, dude, him and Max Caster, he's always booked. Stupid.
Who? Where's Max at? Where's he been?
But last year,
isn't he a vegan?
I don't know. Him and Bowen. I think so because he's not with. I think so. I think he moved away.
No,
from the meat.
Bowen eats meat.
No, Bowen but Caster moved away. Caster moved away from the meat because he's not with Bowens anymore. So yes, he's vegan now.
He what?
He moved away from Bowen, so yes, he's vegan now. He doesn't like he moved away from the turkey bake or the pork sauce.
So now he's doing cucumber.
Probably.
The zucchini.
Maybe a carrot.
Zucchinis are thicker. Or an eggplant.
Maybe the cod the long way. Who knows? But
Fair enough.
he had
the
one time I watched Collision, they had a guys. You guys ever heard of a 5-minute time draw?
What?
Him and Max Caster had a 5-minute match, and it went to they were like, all right, no, this is a 5-minute time match. Like, you know, when Justin Roberts is like this 30 minutes, he's like 5 minutes left, and it goes to draw. Yeah, they had a 5-minute match, and it went to.
You mean a speed title match?
Was that a?
But it went to a draw.
Was that the Max Caster
yeah.
challenge? Were you talking about he was the best wrestler alive challenge?
Yes, this was during that era. Exactly. This
Okay.
is exactly during that era, and they didn't want Max Caster to lose, so they did a 5-minute time draw with Roosh. And that my point is, what the hell has Roosh done over the last year?
So did he give him the horns?
Oh, you know he gave him the horns.
I hope he was dude wipe ready.
Oh my God.
Oh, he was remember Moxie pads?
Yeah.
That's what he got. A tampon with Moxley's face on it.
Oh man, let's bring this back where we need to be. I will be watching Collision tonight. You want to know why?
Bendito.
I'm watching it for one match, bro. I'm watching it to see
too.
I'm watching it to see the Guns and the War Dogs. That's it.
Oh man, I don't want nothing to do with the dogs. I'm watching Hazuki
I'm a
for
Guns.
the first time.
You're watching who?
Hazuki is going against.
Oh, God bless you.
Yeah, I think she's going against Maya World. I need to get familiar with her game because she's in the Owen. She's in big.
You
matches
watch that?
now.
You know what? You watch that, and you can talk about that on Wednesday.
I will not.
Oh, so you're another one of those that doesn't want to watch Collision on the corner either?
I'm going to watch it just for research purposes, but I will not be wasting our Dynamite Bros time talking about it.
Collision Galaxy.
Oh my God! Are there people out there that do Collision post-show reviews?
God bless them. God bless
Denise Salcedo.
She does Collision post-show reviews. She has nothing to do on a Saturday night.
Well, she's supposed to be talking about Busted Open after.
Oh yeah,
TNA,
true. On a Saturday
TNA
night.
after dark.
I'm talking about right after Saturday.
Man,
like,
yeah, there is a few.
God bless you guys, man.
There's a market for everything.
You're right. There is a market for it.
There is, but do I really want to? Am I going to stay? If I watch Collision just to kill, if I'm sitting on my couch on a Saturday, I'm not saying every Saturday people go out and do stuff. There's that one Saturday where, you want to sit on the couch, have a beer at night, and not do anything.
Money's tight.
Oh, we
too.
We
and
do have an international championship match tonight.
Con quién? With who?
Yeah, Takeshita and Danny Garcia.
Ooh, that's
gonna be the main event. I mean, that's gonna be the main event. That is the main event, advertised main event. I'm not watching 2 hours for that. Who the fuck is Maya World?
Oh,
she teamed up with Hyan.
Yeah, they're too good looking.
They're the ones that took the 3 minutes that Negan Tegan Knox didn't want to have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're fine wrestlers.
Good for her. No, good.
They're fine.
Good for her. She stepped up when she because I know she's going against Hakuzi or Kazuki or whatever.
I will say this.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say, Hoss, we got Lee Moriarty in action. Oh God. This is how you know how bad Dynamite was when we're fucking previewing Collision.
Whoa.
I'm willing to get out of this one.
Lee Moriarty gets to have a jobber go against him tonight.
Pure Ring, and he's the pure Ring of Honor champion, Hoss.
I know I won't be
really boring.
I told you how I felt about watching a pure match the other day. Some of the most boring television that you will ever see. It does not get interesting until the rope breaks are gone. I will do without.
Well, I'm definitely not watching it because Orange Cassidy is going to be on the show tonight. You're not excited for Megan Bayne and Lana Cross versus TJ? For women's wrestling?
That's actually interesting.
That's a lot of eye candy there.
That's interesting. That can get me to a television for 5 minutes.
Okay, so will the Infantry versus the Death Riders?
Who? The Infantry? What? Is this the Revolutionary War class we're in? The Infantry?
Who's the infantry? Seriously, I'm dead
I
serious.
think. Oh shit! I think
Is it William Wallace from Braveheart? The infantry.
Fuck! I forget who they are. I'm gonna be honest. Oh shit! Who are these fucking guys? The one dude looks like Chris Bay.
Are they dressed like Minutemen?
The one dude looks like
What?
Chris
No, seriously.
Bay.
What are their names? I never heard of these
I
guys.
definitely know who they
Are they a local?
They're probably two guys who are they together?
Are they
they're part of Shane
team?
Taylor Promotions. Is that why we don't know who the fuck they are?
It does say.
Were they a part of the pre-show on the buy-in?
Sir, we have lost our minds. We've gave Collision too much breathing space.
Yeah,
here.
too much time. Yeah,
We gotta go back to Double or Nothing. We talk too much about Collision.
Savor it up, buddy. This was a lie. You're a Collision lover. You got it.
Okay, so that match is clearly not gonna. Okay, so yeah, the only match I care about is the Guns versus the Dogs because I love Colton and Austin Gunn. So shout out to Collision for one. This is the first time I think in weekly wrestling history since me and Kev have been doing this that Collision's gotten anything, a preview, a review. So
all right, here's another one. All right, now go back to Dynamite here. I heard you guys talk about the Chris Jericho Ricochet, and when I saw that, I rolled my eyes. Why in the living beautiful God we're watching this match again? Why? Didn't they
we couldn't answer that question.
Isn't the pay-per-view the blow-off
supposed to be
portion of it?
Supposed to be. The best thing about that match was Chris Jericho's pants.
The best thing about him was the worst lion salt I've ever seen in my life.
I said the best thing, Chris. That was awful.
And I'm gonna say the worst thing because I'm gonna be that guy when it comes to AEW.
So now Ciampa comes out and he wants to get involved.
Good. They move. Hey, that means we don't got to see Ricochet and Jericho. I'm good.
Let me ask this.
Oh, go ahead.
After all the said and done, you think Ciampa's going to get elevated by Jericho?
No,
not a chance.
No, because Ricochet's not going to get elevated by Jericho.
I said I want Ricochet in the main event.
Why not?
This is what the best wrestle. Let's see the best wrestle.
Well, you guys really listen. AEW's they already got pulled out of the New Japan Pro Wrestling streaming application. You really want these guys to get pulled out?
I know nothing about that. I don't watch New Japan. I don't know. All I know is that they're not gonna have. It looks like the partnership's ending good because the Forbidden Door has been bullshit the last few years. New Japan hasn't been relevant since Ospreay, Okada, and all of them were still there. Now they're all in AEW. Again, Marie Shadows, I kind of want to ask her and see what she thinks about it. I know she's
been quiet. I haven't seen her in a while.
But I don't watch New Japan. I think that shit's lame. So if they end their partnership today, I will be the first one throwing a celebration and bidding for the Forbidden Door to be canceled because it's pointless. I rather watch, we're not going to get New Japan versus AEW. It's not like I was in 2023-24 when the main event was Okada and Danielson. Mm-hmm. The best of the best between two of those companies in the main event. You had a four-way match with Zack Sabre Jr., Punk, and all. Like back then in 2023, it was fun because you were actually seeing relevant New Japan guys with relevant AEW guys. That has not been the same since 2023. You know what? Him and Eddie Kingston are the worst wrestlers, and I know why, because Eddie Kingston's the influence. I know Orange Cassidy is the word, but you guys, I feel the same way about Orange Cassidy as I do about Eddie Kingston. But anyway, like the Forbidden, I don't know about the New Japan shit. I don't care about it either. Again, nothing that New Japan could do will make me watch their show. Their shit's just boring. That is literally wrestling 24/7. I don't understand Japanese. It's the same people why, it's the same reason why Americans won't want to watch AAA before it was under the WWE umbrella. They don't understand Spanish. They don't want to watch lucha, a bunch of matches, because that's how I feel about it. So, oh well, good. Let's fucking cancel the Forbidden Door this year. I'm gonna say that.
No, all year. I got a question for you, Kev. When is Samantha Irvin's 2-year ban going to be up for?
It should be coming up now.
See,
it should be coming up.
That could save Ricochet in the main event. Have her announce him. We can get some big things going.
I mean,
So
she
is
wants
it
to
because
be
of
that
Ricochet's
manager.
wrestler, or is it because of Samantha Irvin's sex appeal that's going to get him over?
The sex appeal. Yeah.
The sex appeal.
Man, they don't like watching Chris Statlander and Sheeta wrestle. You think they want to see Samantha Irvin wrestle? No,
I don't want to see her wrestling.
No.
I would want to see her as a manager at the most.
Yes, and that would get Ricochet completely over.
It doesn't interest me one bit. I don't think she brings anything.
I don't think so either. I'm on the same boat with you, but I'm willing to see it for a week or two.
I don't think it do anything.
I don't either. I'm with you. I'm with you.
I think she'll bring more than GOA have ever brought to Ricochet.
She'll bring more, exactly. I will, because how many times, Hoss and Kev, because you listen to the shows, do I bitch and complain about how boring Ricochet is on the mic? If I have to have Ricochet on TV, I'd rather have somebody else talking for him. Ricochet is so bad on the mic.
Very bad.
Him, Hangman, Kenny. How are you have big stars like that, names, and they're just terrible on the mic?
Again, this is where the best wrestle, Chris. Not where the best talk. Where the best wrestle.
Man, I hope they know how to order.
Glory, I get, when I see videos and when we talk about this product, man, but when I see videos of the good old days in AEW, it's sad. It really is. This company's they're just a pay-per-view company at this point.
But here's when people that know how to talk. When people that know how to talk, they give you disposable cameras.
Yeah, the one thing on the show that they could do, and they decided to fucking hand out disposable cameras. And some lady so I had a friend that was there, because it was in the area, and there was this lady next to him, and rightfully so. She if you struggle with the seizures and stuff like that, flash photography is a no. And there was somebody in the crowd near him she had to leave because she was and then she posted on her Facebook and was Dynamite AEW is unconsiderate, blah blah blah. The flash photography, they're whatever. So I mean, look, I feel for her. I do. I understand. But that's not why I'm criticizing it. I'm criticizing it because we're not in the 90s anymore. If you go back and look at an old Attitude Era or something, you'll see flash photography. It didn't do this. It didn't do anything for me. You just came out of a really good opening match, I Quit match, possibly the end of your one-on-one feud with FTR, and you decided to hand out fucking Kodak cameras in the front row. That's ridiculous. To end your Dynamite. If they didn't have a extra hour to fill in, and that was how we ended the Dynamite, terrible. Because nobody gives a shit about the dogs. That's a filler feud for them for the Forbidden Door, because the dogs are former New Japan. They could add that concept in. After that, they're not going to see the dogs in for a championship. Edge and Christian are going to defend it against somebody at Redemption because it's going to be in Canada. Boom, we're off to Young Bucks, FTR, and the stupid recreation of the TLC match at Wembley. But no, we didn't get any of that. We got flash photography. We got this. We got.
See, that's the thing. That used to be the highlight back in the 80s.
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah.
Whenever the Macho Man would go off the top rope, ready to do his elbow, you saw all those.
We saw all of it.
Yokozuna won the title from Hulk Hogan because of supposedly a photographer shot a lightning bolt or a fireball through his flash photography that blinded Hulk Hogan. It's been implemented with storyline. That's something that's lost right now in the professional wrestling. It's because of the loss of time. I didn't find it grossly offensive the way you guys did with it, but I understand where you're I get the points you make. I get it. I'm not trying to
Dynamite. This wasn't the Dynamite for it. Is my point.
That's the perfect. That should have been a collision.
My problem with it is the fans. They're focused on taking pictures of themselves and recording themselves, other than looking at the talent.
Yes.
Yeah, they want their reactions to go viral.
That's the whole disconnect here.
And they're not watching the shows. I'm gonna be honest. No. When I don't do if I have to watch that's why I don't do the AEW watch alongs, because I can't with them, like with AEW, because they're all over the fucking place. Like I have to be watching it, all like focusing on. I don't know how these AEW fans go there and they're recording themselves. Like bro, there's like again, it's I don't look. It could be a good thing and bad thing, but there's so much that goes on during these shows. It's like I'm gonna miss something.
Oh,
so I don't understand how these fans do it.
It's a microcosm. It's a microcosm what goes on in Tony Khan's brain. He's very scatterbrained, so his product is going to be scatterbrained. It's all over the place. Could you imagine being in a one-on-one session with Tony Khan by himself? No cameras involved. You get to talk to Tony Khan for an hour by yourself, off the record.
Oh Lord!
Could you imagine what that conversation sounds like? Just think about that.
I'm not eligible to answer that right now.
But I will say, look at that picture.
That picture's always on speed dial.
Yeah, man, look like a sad puppy. Look at him. But yes, I'm very interested out of this pay-per-view to see what they're gonna do with Konosuke Takeshita, because they really have linked him with the conglomeration, and it's the worst thing I've seen in my life. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. That's why I wore the Proto Star shirt today, because they are just damaging our new international champion. Just whatever. Take the belt off and give it to Kyle Fletcher. I don't even care.
We'll find out. We'll find out. Not a good. I don't know. It's funny. If those numbers would have been hot for Wednesday night, rating wise, Dave Meltzer would have been there with his shirt off, rubbing his nipples, and probably had a finger up his ass, showing you the numbers. Right now, no numbers. Quiet. No numbers of the rating. Quiet. Nothing. That means the numbers were probably the same average that they've been getting. Everybody talks about, oh, this is the biggest month. This is the biggest dynamite coming off the pay-per-view. That's the same copy and paste bullshit I hear from everyone. And then I love how they move the goalpost. They move the goalpost all the time. It's an alternative from the WWE. Is it? When you're doing tournaments, the King of the Ring. By the way, they announced the King of the Ring on the WWE as well. Or when they bring Mick Foley out. Gee, last I saw, he wasn't an AEW legend. When you bring a lot of things that you copy from the WWE that you say you're different from, are you really the alternative? Don't use that narrative when it fits your bill. Just say you just couldn't build right. That's all. I have more respect. Say, hey, we can't follow up a pay-per-view because of the injuries.
Meltzer got attacked the other day for saying that the crowd wasn't hot.
In Philadelphia, he said they say they suck.
They weren't. That crowd was fucking quiet.
Yeah, but
those Kevin Knight boos were not that loud at all. There were boos, but
yeah, we didn't speak about that. Look how much impactful Kevin Knight's.
The sickos online will tell you different. They just with Ed Meltzer, their god of wrestling record. They went after him. There's no way he's watching the same show I was watching. Again, you people should not be booking television for anyone.
Let me ask this question. To me, I think the most important part that happened on Wednesday night, my opinion, is seeing Speedball with sneakers or shoes on.
Boy,
I don't blame you.
That gi jacket combo was absolutely atrocious.
Hong Kong Fooey. He looked like Hong Kong Fooey.
Yeah, that's what Cornette calls him. That's what Cornette calls him.
Hot mustard. He came out as hot mustard. Who the hell wears hot mustard?
At least he didn't come out in a stupid gi.
It was a gi jacket combo. It was worse. He should have just wore the gi.
I gotta go back and look at that.
That gi was made by Juicy Couture. That looked like a unisex outfit. Non-binary outfit.
Are you sure Juicy Couture want to touch that type of fashion? Because it was awful. Who's wearing that?
By Mysterious.
Like it's no way his wife would say, hey, yeah,
that baby, was
go kill him tonight with this, baby. Go keep wearing that.
That was from Valletta's closet. Trust me, that wasn't. I mean, come on, what the hell? All I needed him was. But by the way, we have a new sponsor, Devin and Lang. That's of course, that's our sponsor for Miss Canary. You go to we go to devinandlang.com. There's a lot of clothes there. Maybe Speedball buys a few stuff from Devin and Lang. He could have went to the source of this from Yamba Jewelry, and got some accessories to go along with that ugly.
Speaking of speedball,
gi. Talk to me.
Kev, did you see Hoss? Kev, did you see he's doing promotion
For who?
He's on local. They chose speedball to go to promote for Collision tonight in Alabama. So right now I'm looking at
everybody in Alabama right now. Look at that. Like, okay. All right.
Hold
like
on.
Their local news station. So Tennessee, the local news nation there is Tennessee Living, and the anchor's like, so talk to me about this All Elite Wrestling, and he's there explaining, and he's on another one. So day to day Tennessee with somebody, like he's doing local media right now for AEW Collision,
Chris,
or yesterday.
Wait, this is my neck of the woods. Wait a minute.
Go for it.
In Alabama, no one in Alabama relates to whatever Speedball got the hell going in his life. Nobody. You tell him this is Tony Khan don't have a clue how to sell wrestling in the southern region of America. He doesn't have a fucking clue. He was better off bringing John Moxley to Alabama. He brings Hong Kong Phooey Speedball Barefoot to sell you something in Alabama? Man,
just because he has a mullet doesn't mean it's gonna work.
Huntsville, Alabama. Yep, he was on Tennessee Valley Living, and he was on Day to Day with Mariah. Those were the two local shows he was on.
This is where the Crimson Tide play football. You bring Speedball Bailey to sell wrestling? This is the jokes writes itself. This is why the ratings don't go up. You don't bring Speedball down here. You don't bring Hangman Adam Page down here. These people are lame caricatures of Southern people. Bring Moxley. Hell, you could bring Wheeler Yuta down here to sell AEW more than Speedball Bailey.
What about Swerve?
Swerve works fine too. I know people that in Alabama that look like Swerve Strickland. It'll work. You can't
Mance Warner. Even Mance Warner, Southern Psycho.
Yeah, he's literally the Southern Psycho, yeah.
Bring the women down here. You bring Speedball Bailey?
Bring Kevin Knight. Because, again, the Day to Day with Mariah, it was, the aunties.
Yeah.
It's a show with aunties. You don't think a young Kevin Knight would, okay, boo, what you got? Like, you could have again, very, very heterosexual. But they're going, Kevin Knight is not a bad looking dude to be presented on, if I want to have a guy go out and do TV, get the women, the old aunties, the sisters. That's the type of promotion they had Speedball doing, was the sisters promotion. They should have had Kevin Knight do that.
Yeah, you could have had Kevin Knight. You better bring Andrade to Alabama. Dead serious.
Callis?
Yes.
I do know.
Yes.
I do know.
I know. I know the state line. You bet I'll bring them. Bring Andrade. Hell, you could bring the Aussie Kyle Fletcher for all you want. I mean, Speedball's not even from this country. You're going to bring Speedballs to Alabama? At least Kyle Fletcher can pass for an American. Come on, man. Again, Tony Khan has no clue. Who is the outreach for AEW? Who's doing outreach? Man, they should hire me. I can get some ratings in Alabama.
Will Washington, I think.
Yeah.
Who is Will Washington?
He's a former podcaster, just
he was
like
a
us,
podcaster.
Does he look like Will Wheaton?
No,
he's a clown. But they hired him to be like some coordinator for like media and all this shit.
And that's why JD is upset. I think JD wanted that job.
Willow Nightingale could sell you in Alabama.
Oh,
I can name you half the roster, and you bring Speedball Mike Bailey to Huntsville, Alabama. Shame. It's a damn.
Oh, Mike Bailey.
It's a damn shame.
Yeah, it is a damn shame.
Wow. Yeah. So that's the state of that. We'll move on here. Well, Kevin Knight as a heel. I just got to give it time. Right now, he's not the greatest on the mic. I just got to see more. I'm just gonna leave it like that. It's very incomplete when it comes to Kevin Knight. Before I hate it and like it. Very incomplete.
I agree. I like it. I thought he looked fine, coming out there. I like that he started the show. We didn't start the show with the match, He started off with him with the
I know
glasses.
what I was gonna say.
He looked nice. He had the title around his belt. He got some boos. Again, he needs a little bit work on how to deliver, as a heel. But his presentation, I didn't think was bad at all on Dynamite on Wednesday. It was just a segment.
Here's what I was waiting to get on Saturdays to talk to you guys when I heard you guys talk about Kevin Knight. I was waiting for. This is why I get mad with AEW fans and Tony Khan listening to the fan base and giving you everything all at once, like the giving the kids candy or ice cream all the time for dinner instead of sometimes it's good to have your vegetables and make you wait. My point is, they rushed Kevin Knight to have that match with Darby, and Darby beat Kevin Knight for the world title. Am I correct? Am I off? Okay. He should have never given that match to Darby versus Kevin Knight for the world title when he lost. Because if he would have turned heel here, and then he would have came on and when they had that backstage where MJF tells Kevin Knight, "Hey, I like what you did there." He goes, "I'm still coming for you. Remember, I beat you before. I defended you the title. Now I want a shot at the world title." It went over like a fart in the church because you already lost your world title match to Darby Allin. Why should you get another world title match just because you turn heel? If you would have not had that match, period, at all, that's what it hurts them. Not thinking long-term booking and rushing matches. If it was just MJF losing to Kevin the way that he did, and Kevin Knight never would have gotten a match with Darby Allin, and he would have turned at the pay-per-view on Darby Allin because Darby, you didn't give me a world title match. You're giving everybody in their mother one, and I just beat MJF. Guess what? I don't want to deal with you. I took you out of the way. Now I want Max because I pinned him already. I beat him, and now you're the world champion. I'm coming for that title. I think that would have hit more, and that would have been much more of a storyline to sink my teeth in.
Kev, I'm gonna tell you this, like I told Chris on Wednesday. You had to get rid of all the wrestling plots that you've learned over your whole life. You got to throw it away. Throw it away. This is under Tony Khan logic. You have to job for 6 to 8 months, maybe even a year, and you get title shots after title.
No, you
shots.
said that. You said that all the time.
Yeah, your push comes after you got to pay your dues for Tony Khan, and your dues is losing, making other people look good, and make sure you can make a match look good for 20 minutes. If you can entertain me for 20 minutes in a loss, I will push you later. That's Tony Khan.
No, I get what you mean. I get what you mean there, but look at why it doesn't grow. You see how quickly it's just a simplicity. One Wednesday not giving me Kevin Knight versus Darby Allin for the world title at that moment. Wait for a moment. I'm not saying they never should wrestle. Don't rush it. Don't give it right away. You got to go nice and steady, slow and steady. Drop at a time fills the gallon. You don't have to, and instead of giving that slow and steady, you don't have to go in snail's pace either. Wait 1 week. How much more would have been impactful Kevin Knight's heel turn? Like, oh shit, because now, he has a reason. You gave Anakin Skywalker a reason to turn to the dark side. And it just fell flat. I lost. I'm just going to come out here in UFO. I did it because I did. And it took, to me, the end of Double or Nothing took away from Max becoming a 3-time world champion under the age of 30, because what do I remember the finish? Kevin Knight, you were full splashing Darby Allin to the outside. No, not that. Oh my God. Thank God Max got the world title back. To me, no, it took away from that. And it's all over, like Chris says, it's all over the place. This is why you stay only at 600,000.
I agree. It like when Revolution ended, when MJF, choked out Hangman, that was your last image that you saw. Then you saw Hangman getting stretched off. That was the lasting image. You had MJF doing the devil horns. It worked. Here, I get exactly what you're saying with Kevin Knight. And that's why I said on Wednesday, it didn't make any sense. He should have turned heel on Speedball like he did Wednesday night when he hit him in the head with the microphone. That should have been it. But no, you use Darby Allin as this conduit to get to this heel turn. And this has nothing to do with Darby Allin. Like when he said, oh, you let me down. You disappointed me. No one cares you disappointed, Kevin. No one cares. Why? Why would we care?
You make great points. He was the one that lost all the titles, the trios titles. He got pinned.
Yeah, exactly. Like, trust me, there's weeks of content me talking about why is Kevin Knight being the pin eater for this company. Him and Mina Shirakawa, the traditional pin eaters for this company. Yes.
Yeah.
But
so those are the little things that we notice as wrestling fans, And then if we critique it, we hate the product. I don't like the product, and I gave you many reasons why. All the different reasons why I can't stand it, because they don't do anything to really grow, and it's always the same hot mess.
It's like I say, well, like Chris gave me a big ups about this a couple weeks ago. He said I'm a bigger sicko to him because I went to an AEW show live, and I will extrapolate on this when it comes to other people who criticize me and Chris or talking about it every Wednesday. I wear this scarf. I'm wearing an AEW t-shirt, and they'll be up here saying I hate this company, and I'm spending my hard-earned money on this company that they say I hate. Chris the same way. He'll come on here with an AEW hat. He'll wear his t-shirts and stuff. But if we disagree with anything Tony Khan says, we're haters. It doesn't jive, man. It just doesn't jive. Why would we be buying? Why are we spending our hard-earned cash on stuff we hate? Make that make sense. They can't. And that what makes the modern wrestling fan, look like a jackass in front of us. And they want to come at us. But they can't think. No common sense there. Too much wrestling. No common sense. No reading any books. No culture in their heads. If it ain't a 5-star match or a 450 splash, they don't know shit. And it proves our point every week. Like we make the content for them and we try to free our minds of this nonsense that we watch. But we sit up here and we read what they put out here. Like, man, what is with you people? What is wrong with y'all?
Hey, I understand. I get what you mean on that one. But that's we'll find out what's going on here, because now we got the Forbidden Door coming up. They've got, after the Forbidden Door, they've got that special show that they're gonna have in
Montreal,
Clearwater, Florida. In Clearwater, Florida, they have something before Montreal Redemption. They got some things on the horizon for them before All In. And I'm seeing how people are asking. I like how they keep moving the goalposts when it comes to Wembley. They were saying they're going to get over 70,000. They're not. They just barely got 20. They just got 20. They just got 20,000. So
what? Hold on. I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's Dave LaGreca. That was Dave LaGreca.
70,000.
Yeah, they're gonna get 70,000 upcoming this summer at Wembley. Sure. Yeah. Okay.
What, comp tickets? Why nobody spy 70? What?
They keep moving the goalposts.
What's next? 200,000 pay-per-view?
No, I say they get 35,000 on All In Wembley. They get 35,000. They're not gonna get 40. They're not gonna get 60. They're not going to get the 68,000 that they had the first time, because they keep moving the goalposts. I give him 35 around there, 35, and maybe he gives away 5,000 comp tickets to the soccer people to go and show up and fill the stadium, yada yada. There, they'll put a 2-for-1 with the soccer, the football club. Where if you buy football club, we're going to give you this tickets for this wrestling event. I don't see them getting close to that kind of numbers, but it's still a good number for them.
It is. Kev, I say this: the biggest pay-per-view they're going to probably do this year, ticket-wise, may be Full Gear, and that's when their tag division will be up and running, because everybody thinks the New Day is coming, Machine Guns are coming. They're going to have a lot of influx of newer, older WWE talent to come in. That's going to break some ratings up. So I would reserve the right for Full Gear to be their biggest stadium sale, wherever that is going to be this year.
We'll find out, because I'm going to say this statement. It feels like everything around that company, all the doors are kind of closing. They've got a television deal coming up where they don't have a lot of market for television companies. You know, the Discovery merger's currently happening. It's getting accelerated much more quicker, where we know that TBS is going to put a lot of live content, where Paramount, they've got a lot. Check out the Smoke Sessions podcast. They have a whole breakdown.
They broke that shit down with actual fact and detail.
Yes.
Go check out KdOT, Famous Davis, NapGOD. They broke that shit down very well. Yes. That's their specialty. So go check out their latest stream. They talked about everything.
Before you say that before you Fightful says that you guys had exclusive or false finish, body slam, before you guys want to take the credit, these gentlemen were talking about it prior, and they have the video footage and the words weeks, months before you guys say sources told you exclusively, where you heard it when they were breaking it down on their platform, the Smoke Sections podcast. Put some respect on those guys. Regardless, if you don't like their comedy or the way they execute, that's a whole nother program. But give credit where credit is due.
False finish, they don't care about that shit. They'll say Fightful told them, Corey will run with it. No, I heard KdOT talking about that before I saw anything on Twitter. So it really should be reported from these Smoke Sessions.
Yeah,
that's where I heard.
Show the love. Show the love and the respect. Even if you don't, show love and respect. Have some respect. Even if you don't want to show them the love, give them their respect.
And you see them on our board. We're always going to come on here and say what it is and be real and advocate for them, because nobody's really doing it, first off. And again, real shit, I have not seen anybody talk about it until I heard KdOT talk about it to us on the stream last week. So yeah, this is why I don't get into the dirt sheet shit, because this shit happens.
Yeah,
but yeah, Smoke Sessions reported it, not Fightful.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Put over the right people. Put over the right people. That's all we ask.
Yeah. That's all we ask. Make sure the Smoke Session get their flowers, their respect, their love, and the credit that they earn and they have put out. And these are guys that work in, they don't go out there flaunting or putting their penises on the fucking table, saying look how long my shit is. No, their actions speak louder than words. Yeah. He has a background in his profession. He doesn't have to come and say, well, I'm this. No, he talks and you know what? Time always gives him the reason when he brings out the facts. Whether it's interviewing Nick the Piccolo or so forth, they put a lot of action to their work. So yeah, give them their respect that they have garnered and earned. Not that they deserve, that they earn. They've earned it. They've earned it with all different, not just in the world of professional wrestling, even in the world of the NBA. They mention a lot of different things and so forth that they have brought up. History has been on their side always. So it's time for you guys to stop with cut the shit. Give the guys the proper respect that they earn. Definitely on that there. At least we will continue, no matter, as long as I have a voice on this platform or anywhere, I will continue to give them their credit and the proper credit. Not just them, anyone else who brings the issue ahead of time and say, I heard this first here and so forth. Don't just steal it. Try to circumvent that it was coming from you and you have your own exclusive on it. Nah, that's not cool either. That's not cool. That's not.
No, I agree.
That's not nice at all. And then speaking of that, so I was bringing back to my thought was they're running the AEW's. A lot of doors are closing now. The collaboration with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now we've seen that. They're moving with ownership. They're going a different direction. Where at the end of June, right before the Forbidden Door, all the content will be off of the New Japan app. No longer part of the New Japan Pro Wrestling app. I know a lot of people. My son has the New Japan Pro Wrestling app. Austin told me this morning. There are no more Elite Wrestling content there. Also, that affects Stardom. That affects DDT Pro. Pro Wrestling, no one going to be under the same umbrella where they have some working relationship with the WWE. I don't think it's a full WWE getting involved or taking over New Japan Pro Wrestling, but now they don't have a collaboration. Now it's just CMLL, I believe MLW. It's still a strong unity with other wrestling companies. But we're starting to see a lot of different shifting and changing. I believe, was it RevPro in the UK was bought by, or Nikki Cross is now ahead with her, I believe, with someone else, and they're taking over that way as well. That's also another one where AEW's worked with. I don't know how well that working relationship is going to be. So things are not looking so peachy for AEW. I don't think it's going away. If anything, that my AEW app is going to be somewhere where they go. That's their golden parachute, Hoss.
So, it's good for New Japan because it seems like AEW's been more parasitic than helping them. And I know a lot of people are like, man, AEW gave them some cash and they gave them some exposure. You pilfered their talent. You took all their talent, and everybody just waiting to see Callum Newman or whatever his name is to come over to AEW. Yeah, he's going to end up coming to AEW too, because New Japan is not left with anybody of note that could sell their app or sell their their paywall. Like I always make the jokes like, I'm not going to watch New Japan. Why would I watch it? There's no one over there that I want to see. Nobody, because they're all over here. every last one of them. So good on them for getting rid of the AEW partnership. They're like, man, it's time for us to make some money on our own, go back to our old ways, cultivate our talent, and we're going to keep our talent. Now, if they can't outprice AEW, that's a whole different argument. But good on New Japan. They're focusing on themselves. They're doing the same thing where people got onto TNA about it, focusing on their own brand as they should. So good kudos to New Japan on that one.
Yeah.
Chris, I want to ask you this, Chris. I think the New Japan Pro Wrestling AEW collaboration should have ended the minute Tony Khan went out there with Tony Onoki's grandson and did that terrible chant.
Oh my God. That was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. Hoss, have you seen that?
No.
I'm showing it to you when we go off the air. When we go off the air here, when we go off the air here shortly, I'm gonna pull it up and have it ready. You have got to see this. You know who Antonio Inoki is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So Tony Khan wanted to do a tribute to him, and he had his sons come out. We'll play it off. I don't need Will Washington copywriting our fucking channel. So I'm gonna have it. Hold up. I'm going to have it right here. It's oh my God, wait, Tony Khan, Antonio Inoki chant. Yeah, it's oh my God. Yeah,
it's cringe.
Dude, you gotta listen to Cornette. Cornette talking about it for 9 minutes. It is hysterical. Yeah, I have it ready for you. As soon as when we go up the air here shortly.
Okay.
You're gonna see Tony Schiavone's face, bro. Just like, oh my God.
But my point is, maybe it was a little too late for the breaking the relationship of the collaboration. But maybe it was a signed deal for X amount of years, like the way TNA and NXT has it for a 2-year deal. It ends at 2027. Maybe they weren't binded by a contractual obligation, unless if with All Elite Wrestling and New Japan Pro Wrestling. We'll see where that goes, because again, it's not a victory lap for because you like when companies do collaborate and work for one another. You do. You like to see certain people you can't see and have that matchup show up and all that. But it kind of felt like you said they poached a lot of the talent, overexposure. How much more are we going to see Tama Ishii? Are we going to see Tama Ishii now back in AEW, or does he sign now with AEW? And now that the Forbidden Door gets closed, what happens to all these titles or title holders for AEW wrestlers that have New Japan Pro Wrestling, the 6-man tag, with Will Hairspray and friends over there?
Yeah, no, I think Andrade got one of their belts. I know.
Yeah, global. He's a global champion.
Yeah. Didn't Takeshita have one of their belts too?
No,
Takeshita has a New Japan title. Yeah,
he does.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, Takeshita and it's Andrade, and it might be somebody else too. Them the only two that can come to mind. So, yeah, good for New Japan. Good for them.
I cannot wait to show you this fucking video.
Well, wait. We got AAA out tonight.
I'm excited
on it. That's gonna be a fun one.
I'm excited.
Boy, if Kaiser isn't a Mexican hero, I don't know what it is. He's dancing. They even have a norteña band singing a song for him. I had him on stage dancing with his girlfriend, doing dances, and the crowd wants.
You think he's not losing? No chance he loses tonight,
no
Kevin?
Way he loses that title.
That's the swerve of the year. If that happened, if Chad Gable wins tonight, that is the swerve of the year.
Unless if Kaiser is going to be fully Kaiser and he's going to embrace without being a mask, and he's even going to.
No, they can't.
Not a chance.
No, Kaiser has to win that title at Triple Mania Night 2 in the main event versus Dom. I don't watch Triple Mania, so I could be wrong.
But without the mask,
what? No.
I get you. I'm just asking this question.
That's why I asked: is there a world that Chad Gable wins? Because I think that'd be a swerve of the century.
I'm gonna say this. This could be one of the worst things that can happen to Chad Gable after he loses tonight. They have no plans for him creatively in WWE after this.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
Say it again.
I would be worried. I'll be worried for my job after this. Him, the Creed brothers, I'll be worried for my job. Because what is he gonna do? Go to SmackDown and do what? Or is he gonna be in the U.S. title match to lose the trick? What's he gonna do? And then the Creed brothers, they're going to go back into obscurity.
I don't know.
There's been, speaking of the Creed brothers and AAA and all that stuff, do we see the War Raiders winning the AAA tag team titles off of the Clowns? Because there's been a story with the Psycho family, the Psycho Clowns, Pagano and Psycho Clown, because the Psycho family Clown family has been taking one-on-one apart, and they kind of hinting that it's Pagano taking them out, and the War Raiders has been booked strong as shit. Do we see them becoming AAA tag team champion?
I mean,
You say no.
I again, this is somebody that doesn't watch the product week to week. I'm just saying because I think who are the tag team champions? Dr. Wagner?
No. It's the Psycho Clowns.
The Psycho Clowns.
Clown.
Okay. So
they've been
has
telling
their
a story. They've been telling a story that every week, whenever the Clowns go to the ring, when they come backstage, there's a Psycho family, Psycho Clown family. Members of the Psycho Clown family has been picked off. Every time they think it's Pagano's never around. It kind of seems like, or insinuate that he could be one that's taking out his own family. They've been confrontation between not on the same age. Could it be finally we're getting reveal that it's been Pagano, not on the same page with Psycho Clown and that could lead off. But here's the thing. It looks typical WWE breaking up tag teams, and I hate that.
Yeah. I don't know. I would. My only complaint, if I do see like Ivar and them, like I just wish they would. I mean, they're on AAA now, so they're not even on like Monday Night Raw or anything. So
right.
Okay, then I don't know. I don't really know. I guess I'll find out in the match. I'm excited for the card. I'm excited to just watch who
you're
wins.
Picking the Clowns, or you're picking?
I'm gonna pick
just
the Clowns.
Just for the shits and giggles.
Just for the shits and giggles. I'm gonna stick with the Clowns. Maybe we see like the Clown posse come. Are they heels or baby faces?
They're tweeners. Sometimes they're baby, but mostly depending what part of Mexico that they come out as fan favorites. Pagano, people like to cheer Pagano and Psycho Clown. Yeah, they're baby faces. You could say them.
I could see them getting a big win down there in front of their people. Yeah, I'm for shits and giggles. I'm gonna go the Clowns.
Your thoughts, Huss?
It's a lot of gringos getting pushed in AAA right now.
That's what I was thinking.
It's a lot of that's the thing. Like, are we gonna lose the crowd eventually? I know it's hot right now, and people are loving Taker booking them right now. Are we at a risk of losing the plot down here?
And they can't lose that crowd. Those people pay a lot of money. They pay a lot of money. They'll pay their money to go see them, and they're not just sitting on their hands. This is one thing I love about watching AAA. The beautiful people in Mexico, from Monterrey to Jalisco to Mexico City. All shout out to all those people. They bring it to their fan they get their money's worth cheering everyone, from the Grande Americano to the Psycho Clown to La Toxicas to to Laredo Kid to we'll talk about him in a second. To Mini Vikingo.
I got one question for you, Kev. When you get done, I got a question for you.
No, I got it. Go for it. I'm all ears.
Okay. I'm like Chris. I don't watch the product every week. I tune in, here and there. What's the big significance of Rey Mysterio being the new GM down?
Good question. I had the same question.
I thought, to me, it's just having a WWE head figure. To me, the way I see it, I don't like it because he's still in an active wrestler role. I didn't need him to do that right now. I wouldn't mind Latin Lover. He's part of backstage. Make him people know who Latin Lover is. Part of Mexico. I know Rey Mysterio is of course, he's a legend. People see him, they get excited, they get ecstatic with him. But he's still an in-ring competitor, be a general manager. It's like I felt a little disconnect. Horse fetch. Now, is it a better thing to get him off the microphone? Because he was a terrible color commentary translator. He was horrible. He wasn't really. I'm like, Dominic does a better job. He's younger, than Ray. I'm like, wow, I was very disappointed on him translating. Because I think the Corey and JBL do a hell of a job together watching it, but Ray,
that shit was born. That's the big reason I wasn't watching it.
That was a little bit of a disconnect with Rey Mysterio there with
his translations were late, and again, it's just a personal thing though. I don't need a translation
because we speak the language and we know it and we know the trend, and we're like, that's not what that means.
I mean, that's not how every Mexican, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, they all got their own slang and shit.
Yeah, but certain things were like, okay, I get it. Well, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. I'll definitely give him the benefit of the doubt when it comes to that. But
I didn't like. I didn't feel the.
I feel
like,
no.
I didn't
Feel I'm on the same boat as you. I'm on the same.
I didn't feel excited for him being a general manager. It's nothing against him. They could have been a different. They could have had a different person to be there because you want to hate the general manager. You don't want to love. You don't want to love the general manager, and you're putting him in a situation that like, are you really gonna hate him? Like you can't. Hate
No,
him.
they're gonna love him because they're eventually gonna have him make Don defend that title against Ludwig Americano.
And then
it's the same thing in WWE with all these face GMs. Like it's the same thing. Like it's having the GM.
We got to give credit with the GM though. Haas. I love both Nick and Pierce. I hope they never change them. They've been the best general managers than any been down there. I love them both.
I disagree. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
No, I'm fine with.
I'm more of a fan. I'm more of a fan than Nick Aldis than Adam Pierce.
I like them both.
I've got to. I guess I've got to the point. Like I think GMs just work better as being heels. Like it's just
fair.
Yeah,
I like
face-
Nick Aldis because he actually doesn't take shit. Adam Pierce is just like all he does is scream.
And that's his character. To me, he feels like that nervous wreck from either Beavis and Butthead type of guy.
Right.
That's why I say he always needs a drink.
Yeah.
All right, so Chris, let me give me a minute because I might be. I'm hearing my surge protector, so I think I might have lost my internet for a minute. But
yeah, so if I fade out, just chill like that last time. I'm hearing the beep. If you hear beeping in the background, it's my surge protector.
Gotcha.
So that means we got lightning in the area, and it just protected my home on there. But other than that, we'll find out where AAA. We have to me, I think Ray Phoenix doesn't, and I love what KdOT said about him losing because we've seen the story of Ray Phoenix turning a heel like Owen Hart and Bret Hart when it comes to Penta. And that's not going to happen right away because the Lucha Brothers are set to team up as a tag team. I think that's when that heel turn happens. When they lose as the Lucha Brothers, and then we get the heel turn. So they're setting us up there where Ray Phoenix is going to come short. Laredo Kid retains, hold on, and I think that's where that goes. That's going to be fun tonight. We'll be having a watch along with the smoke sessions. They'll be joining us on that as well as Clash of Champions tomorrow night.
Yes, that's going to be fun. If you Clash of Champions going to be fun.
Want to hear our TNA talk? We have a video. We ask you to go on and listen to TNA because right now the build has not been so strong for Slammiversary, so we break that down and we encourage you to watch that there because I'm trying to wrap up before my internet totally shuts down. And we appreciate everyone on tonight's show. Appreciate everyone. Chris, your last final thoughts, and we'll throw it to Haas and we'll run out of here.
Yeah, no, we're great show. Not too much to talk about. I know we got some stuff to do here before AAA tonight. So great show today. We're gonna have fun with the smoke sessions tonight, tomorrow for Clash of Italy. It's gonna be one of those days, one of those vibes where it's gonna be very, very fun. So make sure you guys check us out over there. Obviously, follow the smoke sessions. Great show today. We talked about, I think, not too much to talk about in my opinion, but we talked about the main points, and I'm excited for AAA. I don't watch it week to week, but the card looks good. The hype's there. I'm very excited.
Mr. Haas.
All right, wrestling fans, we get on here, we criticize the products of different promotions every week. But I'm going to hammer it home. We love these products. That's why we talk about it. Now, I want you to go and love yourself this evening and start the week off right, as you should. Please go move your body. Go exercise, walk, go fishing, do something for the mind.
I'm doing that after this.
Yes. Do not be on the internet looking at dirt sheets all the time. Please go enrich your mind. Go enrich your body. Lose some weight. Follow the horse. I'm up here doing exercises every day because I love myself and I want you to go love yourself. Go wash your ass. Don't be up here stinking all the time.
Nope.
And I want you to do better for yourselves because guess what? The house does love you. Even though I do criticize what you love all the time. The house does love you. And the Jedi Network loves you. And the smoke sessions love you. Just remember that. So please, I implore you, go get in the best shape of your lives. Go smell the best you can in your life.
And enjoy your damn vacation, man.
Yes. Go enjoy your mates. Go make children. Go enjoy yourself. And make new wrestling fans. friends. How about that? Even if you're not physically making them, go talk to somebody and say, hey, this is new. This product is worth watching. Give them something worth watching with entertainment. So yes, go love on somebody, love yourself, and do better for yourself. That's all I got for you.
Amen. Oh man, that's the hard truth spoken by the Haas himself. So we appreciate everyone. Don't forget, we're powered by Blackout Coffee. Wake up, stand up, never back down. Go to blackoutcoffee.com. Use my promo code Sports Jedi 20 and save 20% off. Also, G Fuel Energy, fuel your soul, fuel your streaming. Go to G Fuel Energy. Use PGH Chris on the checkout and save 20% off. And all the different sponsors. Again, the smoke sessions got Dubby, the energy drink there. You see that scrolling there, as well as Fanatic for the smoke sessions. They got their affiliate as well. Of course, Devin and Lang, of course, Bernie O'Shea for 50% off, and all the other different sponsors. Dude White, appreciate everyone, man. That is it for us, man. We want to say have a happy Saturday. May the sports be with you. Thanks again to DWE TV for the love that they show us as well. Appreciate you guys, the Smoke Session Podcast, everyone that collaborate with us. We put the ones up. Devin, the Tribal Chief, check out his watch along as well. A great friend of the show. No matter what we do, a like, a subscribe, a love, and we thinking about you. I know he didn't write anything, but I know he watches. But we also going to shout you out and acknowledge you as well, of a friend of the program. Thank you so much. Of course, see you next time, friends.